भाई बस कट गया भाई है ना।
Very warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries and distinguished guests, respected faculty members, researchers and students. We are delighted to have you here in the National Seminar on Advance in Biology and Biodiversity. As an old age tradition that is significant, the removal of the darkness and bring the knowledge. We request Swati Patya Patro and Sital Agrawal to lead the official rituals.
Jyoti Param Jyoti Jyoti Janardana Deepo Haratu Me Papam Jyoti Namostute Subham Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadaha Dvesha Buddhi Vinasaya Atmajyoti Namostute Atmajyoti Pradiptaya Brahmajyoti Namostute Brahmajyoti Pradiptaya Gurujyoti ज्योति परम ज्योति दीप ज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे भागम् दीप ज्योति नमोस्तुते शुभं करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदः क्लेशबुद्धि विनाशाय आत्मज्योति नमोस्तुते आत्मज्योति प्रदीप्ताय ब्रह्मज्योति नमोस्तुते ब्रह्मज्योति प्रदीप्ताय गुरुज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति परं ज्योति दीपज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते शुभं करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदः द्वेषबुद्धि विनाशाय
Thank you, everyone. Now, okay, now we proceed to our next tradition, that is the presentation of saplings as the token of respect and towards the sustainability. I would like to request the students please present the saplings. I invite our delicate volunteers Payal Hota, Priyanka Bhui, Ambika Sahu, Sasmita Sahu, Sagarika Behura, Aparna Naik to present the saplings to our esteemed guest. This is to express our gratitude and respect through these symbolic gestures. Thank you, everyone. With this, we formally commence the AVV 2025, setting the stage for an insightful and enriching experience. And stay tuned and move forwarding. It is now time to unveil the official souvenir of AVV 25. I humbly invite Mr. Niharanjan Naik sir to assist our esteemed guest to do the honor by releasing the souvenir. Now I'm proceeding for the guest introduction. We are honored to welcome Dr. Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, a distinguished professor of botany and former professor emeritus at Berhampur University. With an illustrious career and spanning over 4 decades, Dr. Panigrahi has made exceptional contribution to environmental science, aquatic toxicology, and industrial pollution research. Dr. Panigrahi earned his PhD in botany from Berhampur University in the year 1980 and later pursued postdoctoral research in environmental science at University of California, Irvine, USA from the year 1986 to 1987 under a Fulbright fellowship, and he has over 40 years of teaching experience mentoring the postgraduate and research scholar. As a prolific researcher, he has published 126 number of research papers in reputed international and national journal and authored 16 textbooks and reference books along with 41 chapters in edited volumes. His guidance has led to 2D science and 81 PhD and 120 numbers of MPhil scholars successfully completing their research under his supervision. Dr. Panigrahi expertise is widely recognized, earning him prestigious awards such as Eminent Scientist Gold Medal in Environmental Science in the year 2014, Lifetime Achievement Awards 2017 and 2020, and the Bharat Ratna Mother Teresa Award 2018. He has served as a reviewer and editorial board members for several leading scientific journals, including the Pollution Research, Journal of Environmental Biology, and Environmental Pollution. His contribution extend beyond academic, having several as head of the Department of Botany, syndicates member and chairman of PG Council of Berhampur University. He has also been an expert in selection committee for UPSC, OPSC, and multiple universities across India. Dr. Panigrahi's work has gained international recognition with visit to USA, Japan, Hong Kong, and Nepal for the academic and research collaborations. We are privileged to have such an eminent personalities and scholars and environmental scientists as our chief guest, and we eagerly look forward to his valuable insights. Now it is time to introduce our guest of honor. It is our privilege to welcome Dr. Subhasini Patnaik, an eminent professor of zoology at Berhampur University, Odisha, as our guest of honor. With an illustrious academic career spanning over 4 decades, Dr. Patnaik has made remarkable contribution to the cytogenetics, sericulture, and environmental biology. Dr. Patnaik holds MSc, MPhil, and PhD from Berhampur University, which are doctoral research focusing on chromosomal organization in mosquitoes. She has begun her career as scientist at Central Silk Board in the year 1987 to 1991. Before transitioning into academic in 1991, she was appointed as a lecturer, later promoted to reader in the year 2001 and become a professor in the year 2009. Throughout her career, Dr. Patnaik has held several key administrative positions, including head of the Department of Zoology from the year 2009 to 2011, superintendent of the Ladies Hostel in the year 2012, and member of Odisha State Higher Education Council from the year 2018 to the year 2024. She has also served as expert in the UPSC Selection Board, contributing significantly to policymaking in higher education. As a distinguished researcher, Dr. Patnaik specializes in mosquito cytogenesis, sericulture, and environmental toxicology. She has supervised a 12th number of PhD scholars and 18 MPhil students and has published over 50 research papers in reputed national and international journals. She has presented her research at numerous ICMR, UGC, and DST sponsored conferences, showcasing her expertise on global platforms. Beyond her research and teaching, Dr. Patnaik is actively involved in faculty development program, workshop, and entrepreneurship training, demonstrating her commitment to the mentorship and lifelong learning. We are honored to have you, ma'am, Dr. Subhasini Patnaik, as our guest of honor, and we eagerly look forward to her invaluable insights and contribution for today's event. Now it is time to introduce our chief patron, it is our honor to introduce Dr. Nivedita Nath, the Chief Patron of the National Seminar ABB 2025. She is distinguished academician and currently serves as Honorable VC Vice Chancellor of Manikeshwari University. With her vast experience in research, teaching, and academic administration, she has made remarkable contribution to the field of anthropology. Dr. Nath is highly regarded among the students and the scholars for her dedication, leadership, and commitment to academic excellence. As a faculty member in the Department of Anthropology, she has played a pivotal roles in shaping the academic landscape in the university, inspiring numerous of students and researchers to pursue the excellence in their respective fields. Her research contributions are extensive with over 30 publications in reputed national and international journals. Her scholars' work reflect her deep understanding and expertise in anthropology, addressing the critical issue in the field of contributing valuable insight to the academic community. In addition to her publication, Dr. Nath has successfully completed multiple major and minor research projects funded by Government of India and the State Government of Odisha. Her research endeavors have significant advantages and knowledge in anthropology and have had a meaningful impact on various socio-cultural and anthropological studies. Beyond her research, accomplished Dr. Nath is known for her exceptional teaching skill, mentorship, and academic leadership. She has been instrumental in fostering a culture of academic rigors, innovation, and interdisciplinary collaboration with universities, and her reputation as a dedicated academician, as a visionary leader, has earned her immense respect among students, faculties, researchers alike. With her vast experience, intellectual contribution, and leadership, Dr. Nivedita Nath continues to be guiding force in the academic and the research community. Her unwavering commitment to the knowledge, education, and research make her a true inspiration for all. Then moving forward to the introduction of our co-patron, uh, it is my privilege to introduce Major Dr. Joydev Sahu, Head of the Department of English at Manikeshwari University, as the co-patron of the National Seminar ABB 2025. Dr. Sahu is a renowned scholar in English language, learning the literature research with a vast academic and a practical experience in the field. His expertise in linguistic, literary analysis, and communication studies has greatly influenced students and researchers alike. Beyond the academic, his relationship skills and disciplinary approach, shaped by his military background, bring valuable insight in organizational excellence to this seminar. His guidance and intellectual contribution are instrumental in shaping the discussions and ensuring the success of ABB 2025. We are honored to have you, sir, Dr. Sahu, as the co-patron. We are deeply appreciate his support and encouragement in the making this seminar a truly enriching experience. Now, I would like to introduce the convener of ABB 2025, Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi, sir. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi, the convener of the National Seminar ABB 2025. He is the head of the Department of Zoology at Manikeshwari University and a distinguished academician with numerous national and international publications in the field of zoology. Then moving forward, I would like to introduce our co-convener, Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, sir, or the organizing secretary. I am delighted to introduce Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, sir, the organizing secretary of the National Seminar ABB 2025. He is the head of the Department of Botany at Manikeshwari University and distinguished researcher with a numerous national and international publications. We are pleased to have you all here. Thank you so much. Then moving forward, with a great pleasure, I would like to invite Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi sir to address the gathering.
Thank you, madam. Respected Chief Guest Professor Ashok Kumar Paningrai, Guest of Honor Professor Subhashini Patnaik, Chief Patron Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Nivedita Nath, Patron Mr. Pitambara Bhoi, Register Sir in absentia, Co-Patron Major Dr. Joydev Sahu, Organizing Secretary Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, Co-Convener Dr. Mumtaz Khan, today's keynote speaker, Professor Manoj Singh, invited speaker, Dr. Mrityunjay Jena sir, Dr. Tapan Kumar Barik sir, esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, research scholars, media friends, and dear friends. Also, I would like to welcome Professor Jivan Patnaik sir, internationally famous archaeologist, Dr. Hrusikesh Mohanty sir from BOSC, Cuttack. It is my immense pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the National Seminar on Advances in Biology and Biodiversity, ABB 2025, being held on 30th and 31st March 2025 at Manaikeshwari University campus. This seminar is a significant step towards fostering scientific discussion, encouraging collaboration, and advancing research in ever-evolving fields in biology and biodiversity. Biological sciences are at the forefront of solving some of the pressing challenges facing our world today, ranging from biodiversity conservation and climate change to biotechnology innovations and medical advancement. The theme of this seminar, Advances in Biology and Biodiversity, aims to provide a dynamic platform for researchers, academicians, and students to exchange knowledge, present their research findings, and discuss the latest development in various biological disciplines. By writing together distinguished scientists, professors, and young researchers, ABB 2025 serves as an excellent opportunity to bridge the gap between theoretical advancement and practical application in areas such as molecular biology, zoology, botany, ecology, environmental sciences, biotechnology, genetics, parasitology, vector biology, and so on. We are deeply honored to have Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, an esteemed professor emeritus in Botany, Barampur University, as our chief guest. His vast experience and invaluable contribution to environmental science and aquatic toxicology will surely inspire us all. It is our privilege to welcome our guest of honor, my teacher, Professor Subhashini Patnaik, a professor of zoology at Barampur University whose work is cytogenetics and sericulture has been a great contribution to scientific research. We express our deepest gratitude to our chief patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam Dr. Nivedita Nath, for her unwavering support and leadership in making this seminar a reality. Her academic excellence and contribution to anthropology and research development continue to inspire our university community. I extend my sincere appreciation to our patron, Mr. Pitambar Bhoi, Registrar of Manikeshwari University in absentia, for his academic expertise and support in organizing this event. A special mention goes to our co-patron, Major Dr. Joydev Sahu, from the Department of English, whose guidance and contributions in academic and the literary excellence encourage our institution. We are delighted to welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Manoj Kumar Singh from Kalinga University, Raipur, a distinguished expert in biotechnology and biodiversity conservation, whose insights will greatly benefit our discussion. We are also privileged to have Dr. Mrityunjay Jena and Dr. Tapan Kumar Barik as our invited speaker who will share their profound knowledge in the botany and zoology respectively. A heartfelt thanks to our organizing secretary, Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, head of the Department of Botany, and co-convener, Dr. Mumtaz Khan, for his dedication efforts making this seminar a successful. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Governor of Odisha, Srijukta Dr. Haribabu, and Honorable Education Minister, Government of India, Srijukta Dharmendra Pradhan, for their kind wishes and support message on the occasion of our national seminar on advances in biology and biotechnology. I also wish to remember and honor the late Honorable former Vice Chancellor Professor Sanjay Kumar Satpathy for this unconditional love, affection, support and blessing. This legacy continues to inspire us. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to each one of you and look forward to insightful discuss and fruitful come out from this seminar. Thank you, and I wish you all a successful and enriching seminar. Thank you. Good day. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Panigrahi sir, for the spirit of knowledge and innovation filling these halls. Now, I would like to request, moving ahead, our Honorable Registrar Sir, Major Dr. Joydev Sahu sir, to address the gathering.
Esteemed Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nivedita Nath Madam, esteemed Chief Guest, Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi Sir, Guest of Honor, Professor Subhasini Patnaik Madam, the Head of the Department of Botany, Dr. Ghanshyam Behra Sir, who is also a very dynamic personality, Dr. Panigrahi, Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi, a very capable leader and the convener of this seminar, all esteemed guests invited from different institutions in different capacities, dear students of the Department of Botany and Zoology, and the students from other departments. I am actually mesmerized. What to speak, I don't know. Looking at the decorum of the seminar, I am really speechless. And I congratulate to the Department of Botany and Zoology for this kind of seminar that has set an example for our university. That means everybody knows Ga Porimala Dhoba Tutharu and Dhamande Janili Muhi Arjunara Gati. The moment you enter, you can say the success of this seminar. Ghana sir was asking me, Sir Cholbato. I said, Sir Daudiba. Beautiful. the marriage of botany and zoology. I can tell that the marriage of botany and zoology here in our institution can be celebrated like this. Beautiful, mind-blowing. I salute to the leadership of the head of the Department of Botany and the head of the Department of Zoology. I see the see what should I say? The plant that is offered in a basket. That a common man cannot think of. Only a botanist or a man from zoology can think of. See, I am a student of literature. I have some kind of aesthetics, aesthetic knowledge, but the botany and zoology, okay, they have, you see, mind-blowing aesthetic sense, in my opinion. So I salute. I can tell in one word in Odia. I am not getting the word in my English for these leaders and especially for Dr. Subrat Panigrahi, Karit Karma. In front of me, I see people from diverse backgrounds and different places. Even you see, principal of Bose, Katak, is among us. Sri Hushikesh Mohanty sir. And many other people. I see people from Binayak, I see people from, you see, Vikas and from different places. So really, I salute the leadership of Dr. Panigrahi and Dr. Ghanashyam Behra sir. On behalf of Manikeshwari University, I extend my warm greetings to all participants, especially those who have traveled from various institutions to be part of this significant academic gathering. Biology and biodiversity are the foundations of life on Earth. With rapid advancements in science and technology, we are uncovering new dimensions of biological research, from genomics and biotechnology to conservation and ecological sustainability. The integration of artificial intelligence in biology, breakthroughs in genetic engineering and novel conservation strategies are reshaping our understanding of life and ecosystems. However, while we celebrate these advancements, we must also acknowledge the pressing challenges, the climate change that is of much discussion nowadays, habitat destruction and species extinction. Biodiversity is not just a subject of academic interest, it is crucial for ecological balance and human survival. As researchers and scholars, it is our responsibility to explore innovative solutions that promote both scientific progress and environmental sustainability. This seminar serves as a platform to exchange knowledge, inspire young minds, and encourage interdisciplinary collaboration. I am confident that the discussions and research presentations here will contribute meaningfully to the field and open new avenues for future exploration. Once again, I commend the organizers, participants, and experts for their commitment to advancing biological sciences. I wish you all an insightful and productive seminar. Thank you. Thank you all. Once again, salute to the Department of Botany and Zoology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. We truly appreciate your words of encouragement. Now it is my honor to invite our esteemed guest of honor, Professor Dr. Subhasini Patnaik, Madam, to address the audience. Madam, please, we are eagerly waiting for your insights.
A very good morning to all of you. I am really very much honored by sitting in the dais and also to the off the dais that we are all 4 generations under one roof. I must explain who are they. My teacher, eminent guest of today's function, chief guest, Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi. Although he belongs to the botany, I used to take many help from him, and therefore I consider more than a teacher. And if you consider I am a student, then my students are here. Your convener, he is one of the best student in my life I ever seen. Very, very sincere, very, very punctual. I love the punctual things. In time, everything. And meticulous for every step of life. Please give another big hand to him. And the next generation is the student here who are sitting just like your butterfly. They are all sitting with a very smiling face. That's good. So we are 4 generations. With due respect, my revered Vice Chancellor, Professor Nivedita Rath Madam, and very honorable esteemed chief guest of today's function, Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, and your assistant register, Jadab Sir, and he explained so nicely in his speech. And the Ghanasam Behra, he is a very dynamic. I have seen in his student life. And he is always busy like a bee. Zoology department in the first floor and the botany is the ground floor. Whenever I peep into the, windows, I found Ghanshyam is running. Always running. That's why the Ghanshyam sir is one of the very, very potent head of the department of botany. So therefore, Subrat and Ghanshyam, they will excel the department to the height of excellence. And I would like to request head of the department and the faculty member to apply for the fellowship because I am a member of the MRIP, Mukhyamantri Research Innovation Project. This time, the two of my students, Tapan Barik and Subrat, both of them, they got 2.5 lakhs for the national and the international seminar. I would like to request Vice Chancellor and the registrars, they must apply. They must begin from today by a collaboration work from the botany and the zoology. They must do a international seminar in the coming year. And I was also the member of the Odisha State Higher Education Council. I will pursue if you will apply it. I sure that you will get it. And my due respect of the many speakers who are sitting here, and my husband who is an eminent archaeologist of Odisha and also India, you can say. And one of the best book has been already released and he is going to present to the Department of History today and deliver his excellent deliberation of the book. Anyway, actually I am standing here for the student. For the student, I have come here. When my student Subrat invited me to come here, I immediately accept it. And I know that he will excel in his departments. So that's why I chosen one topic, cell signaling. I will deliver the talk to the student, mostly the research and the MSc student. I hope they will all enjoy the talk. And one of my very, very important topic to the student, they must do their department seminar. And you must choose the topic for the Nobel Prize winners, the last 30 years Nobel Prize winners. The topics are all that is in your curriculum. You must understand your curriculum. And those small topics, for that, many scientists, they got the Nobel Prize. And at the end of the session, all the Nobel laureate works must be published in his book compendium manner, and you will express all these things in the annual function day. I hope all of you do all these things. And you must read the different books of the achievers, and you must follow their path so that you can win in future. You have to be meticulous. You have to communication is very, very important. You have to stand and you have to spell different lines and words in the department that will motivate yourself to speak in the dais. Remember, just as we are speaking to you, one day you will sit there as chief guest. Who knows, the days are not far away for them to stand or sit in this national seminar. So this seminar is a National Seminar of Advances in Biology and Biodiversity. So this particular, topic include everything. And the student will enjoy, many speakers they have completed their research and they have published. This is the platform where you will find the real work have been done in the recent past. That will motivate the research tempo among the students. So therefore, I'm so happy that the student, I think more than 100 or 150 students are sitting here. From the row third to up to the last wall, I think all are students. I'm so happy. For them only, this type of seminars are to be conducted by the head of the department. Therefore, my special thanks to the Subrat and also our Ghanshyam sir. They have organized it not for us. Our speech is nothing. You will see that so many speakers, so bright speaker, Tapan Barik, he is also my student. He is doing excel in the mosquito research. And Murtyunjay Jena is one of the eminent research scholar in the algal zone in the botany. And there are so many. And at last, not the least, my special thanks to my dear friends. Oloka, madam, please stand up. She is a wonderful researcher, a potent teacher, and very good friend of mine. He is none other than the wife of our Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, chief guest. Please give a good clap for her. She is a wonderful botanist. With all these, I again thanks all the, dais are of the dais and the students. And my thanks goes to the students. Unless until they will sit here, fill up the seat, this program would not have a successful one. Thanks a lot, all of you. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the support and the assurance in the selection procedure of our student. We truly appreciate your confidence in the ability of our students. Your trust means a lot for us. Thank you so much, madam. And now it is times to, with great respect, I would like to invite our chief guest, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, sir. We are excited to learn your approach, sir. Please come on the stage.
Thank you. A very good morning to all of you. I wish to thank Dr. Ghanshyam Bera first because he is the person. He talked to me around 2.5 years back. Sir, I am going to seminar kari boli bhabuchu. Apna asbe. ନୂଆ ନୂଆ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି ହେଇଛି ଚେଷ୍ଟା କର କିଏ କେବେ ମନା କରନ୍ତିନି ସେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ unknowingly just I said okay I will come, don't worry, and you invite people from Berhampur University, there are many, and you can have a nice seminar. But During that time, I was thinking, the university is starting in the beginning stage, where from they will get funds. Because conducting a seminar is a costly affair. Earlier it was not. Nowadays it is. After a long gap, maybe 10 to 15 days back, Ghansam called me. Sir, we are conducting seminar on 30th and 31st. You are coming as a keynote speaker. Well, okay, in one condition. If you will give me 1 hour time, then I will come. Less than 1 hour, I won't. The reason is, when we come to a seminar, we prepare keeping a subject in mind, right? And my interest is always to present what I think or what I propose. So whenever I start a talk, teacher mentality, start to end, minimum 1 hour. In one seminar in Sagar, I said, if you give me 2 hours, then I will go, otherwise not. He said, sir, yes, 2 hours. Morning 2 hours is yours. With this condition, I agreed to Ghanshyam. You must be thinking why I called Ghanshyam instead of calling Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, because he was my student. Let me tell you one thing, one naked truth. In a batch, there will be 30 to 40 or 50 students. We like all the students, but out of this 30 or 40, 1 or 2 will become very close to you. I have seen Dr. Ghanshyam Behra as a student, as a picnic organizer, and whenever there is a meeting, he will be available. He was excelling in that field. This Bhavani Patna College, I'm not coming for the first time. 22 years back, I came here to attend a seminar organized by Dr. R.K. Sahu, Botany, and Dr. Badri Prasad Das, BP Das, head zoology. I came in my car, small building, the meeting was organized. I came with my students, around 5 to 6 scholars. Then I presented my talk, then immediately we left. Because we came in a car, we are supposed to go back also. It's a long journey. Then when Ghanshyam told me, I was thinking when I have come to this college. I remember 22 years back, and this is my second visit to this place after 22 years. Maybe this is one of the reasons why I wanted to come, because lovely sceneries on the roadside, plantation, biodiversity, all these things dragged me. When a vice chancellor like Professor Dr. Nivedita Madam is here, and faculties like Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, head botany, Dr. Subrat Panigrahi, head zoology. If they are there, I was thinking that it will be a success. It will be a success. Now from the gathering, it looks like it is a success. Subrat, I know him from his student career. When he was a research scholar, we meet very often. Like Professor Subhasin Patnaik told, botany, zoology, botany ground floor, zoology top floor. So everybody used to meet, not like recent years where people don't talk to each other even. It is a very good get together. And botany department garden is a get together for botany people and also zoology people. So it's a good get together. After I reached here and reached into this hall, I found that there are many speakers like Dr. Tapan Barik, Dr. Mrityunjay Jana, and many others. After seeing this, such a huge gathering of invited speakers talks about a seminar. A seminar is a success This we can say when there are very good speakers, they speak or they deliberate on different topics. Because I'm a guest, I'm not saying anything about the topic because after this meeting, first talk is mine. I have two talks, one today and second talk is tomorrow morning. After seeing the audience, I will not use any beautiful words to describe my audience. Patient audience, I will say this. The audience is very patient because we teachers love when people hear patiently. Many times I find you will be busy in talking something and backbenchers will be talking something else. That frustrates speakers. I don't allow any of my students if they are not attentive in the class because when I take a class, I mostly depend on blackboard and also I look at to the students and give a talk. And I watch everybody's eye. A good teacher can know which student is following, which student is not, which student is sincere, who is not. If the teacher is good, they can understand. A teacher is one. It's not important how much he can help a better student. A teacher is one, is best we can say when a teacher takes care of the backbenchers and those who are not good enough to catch up with the modern trend. The teacher must support so that good students will do well, but you must bring the middle ones or lower ones to upstairs. That's more important. This is the, after this university, probably botany department is conducting, botany and zoology jointly they are conducting their first seminar. I wish let them conduct seminars, both national and international, every year. This is a requirement for NAC accreditation. This is a requirement for NAC accreditation. If you don't conduct seminars, having big boards outside will not give you a grade. Because NAC people are very much interested how much you have done for the academic development of the university. So this is a budding university. And when I came to this particular university, I found most of the speakers are from Berhampur University. A mini Berhampur University inside University, Bhavanipatna. and after our talks are over, students will realize what type of teachers we are and what type of teaching we are doing in our university and what type of research we are doing in our university. Our research work will help you. That will be a guideline for your research in future. And I wish let this university continue. I also wish let Madam Vice Chancellor should support all the departments for conducting national and international seminars. And with these good wishes, because my talk is next, so I don't want to waste my time here. Thank you very much. I thank Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, Dr. Subrat Panigrahi, Madam Vice Chancellor, and authorities of University, Bhavanipatna for inviting me as a keynote speaker, later on converted to chief guest in this function. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. Lastly, it is my privilege to invite the president of the meeting, Madam President, Professor Dr. Natha Madam, to address the auspicious gathering. Ma'am, please.
Jai Ma Manikeshwari. A very good morning to one and all present here. Our esteemed chief guest, Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi. Esteemed guest of honor, Professor Subhasini Patnaik. Registrar Sri Pitambar Bhoi in absentia. Deputy Registrar, Major Dr. Jaidev Sahu, the convener of today's national seminar, Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigdahi, the organizing secretary, Dr. Ghanashyam Behera, the co-convener, Dr. Mamtaz Khan. We have with us the keynote speakers, Dr. Tapan Kumar Barik, Dr. Mrutyunjay Jaina, Dr. Manoj Singh from Raipur. We have with us another eminent personality. We are honored to have him, Dr. Hrusikesh Mahanti from Bose, Cuttack. All other invited speakers, invited guests, the faculties of Manikeshwari University, faculties of affiliated colleges of Manikeshwari University, all the research scholars, all the students of Department of Botany and Zoology, persons from media, special thanks to AKN News, and all the teaching and non-teaching staff, whoever is present here. On behalf of Manikeshwari University, I welcome everyone to this National Seminar on Advances in Biology and Biodiversity, jointly organized by Department of Botany and Zoology. This is, I'm so sorry, I welcome Professor Jeevan Patnaik sir to here. I'm so sorry sir, I missed you. We are honored to have sir with us also. And as it has already been told that this is the first ever seminar organized by any science department of our university after declaration of the Government Autonomous College Kalahandi as Kalahandi University, then Manikeshwari University. So I must congratulate the Department of Botany and the Department of Zoology for taking this initiative, for taking this great initiative for the first time and for creating a history among the science departments. I must thank the convener, Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigdahi, the organizing secretary, Dr. Ghanashyam Behera, the co-convener, Mamtaz Khan, all the faculties, all the faculties, all the research scholars, all the students for showing interest, for taking the initiative, for sparing their valuable time for organizing this national seminar. Among all the science departments, the Department of Botany and Zoology both are the most active departments among all the science departments. They are very often organizing different invited lectures, different webinars, different workshops, and exposure visits and study tours to different parts of Kalahandi and outside Kalahandi for enriching the students, for increasing the exposure of the students, for increasing the horizon of the students. Not only and the faculties of both the departments, they have many important papers in both national and international journals. Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi every now and then sends me, Madam, this paper of mine was got published. So he has many publications. Recently, he has got one project from Odisha State Higher Education Council. It is the first project from any faculty of science department again. So I must congratulate him. And besides the academic activities, he has also many administrative responsibilities. Now he is serving as the principal in charge of Government Higher Secondary School, Bhavani Patna. And I equally agree with our chief guest and guest of honor that I admit that Dr. Subrat Kumar Paningrahi is not only a great academician, but also a very perfect administrator in all points, in all aspects. And this I have been noticing when I was also chairperson PG Council. So, and the other organizing secretary, Dr. Ghanashyam Behera, he is a very popular teacher of Botany department, very humble person. And along with his academic achievements, he is also the director of Sports Council. He has taken up a great responsibility of Manikeshwari University. Under his guidance, many inter-university and intra-university and within our university, many games and sports activities are being taken up, and our students are also achieving excellence in sports and games. So it's a matter of proud and also it's a matter of coincidence that both the departments are headed by a very, very efficient heads. So no doubt the students will also progress like parent, like children. So our students are also done excellence in every sphere. The students of botany and zoology, they are qualifying CSIR net, they are qualifying UGC net. Some of the guest faculties are also publishing papers. So I'm proud of both the departments of botany and zoology. We have with us Dr. Mamtaz Khan. He's also a very renowned zoologist and he has also many papers. He has worked in many projects. So I must say that the students of botany and zoology, they are very fortunate to have such, you know, experienced teachers in their department and who are also always guiding their students. So thank you so much, both the departments. And I must say here that this is the 8th seminar of the current session. In the month of December, we did, I requested HOD English, Major Dr. Jadev Sahu sir, who is also our deputy registrar. Sir, in this year, we have not conducted even one national seminar. You please do it. And sir happily agreed. All the team of English department, organized a very successful national seminar within only 15 days. And then the momentum started. In the month of January, the Department of Political Science, then again the Department of Economics, Department of ODIA, then we had national workshop by Department of Commerce, then national seminar, today it's going on in the Department of Anthropology. We had a national workshop on academic writing and publishing yesterday. So I must congratulate all the faculties of this university. And what I wanted to create a university atmosphere, a university culture, a university feeling in this new upgraded university located in an interior part of Kalahandi. And I think all the faculties are successful in doing that, in fostering that research atmosphere among the students. And I think we'll continue this spirit forever. I'll not take much time. We have many resource person who will be speaking about today's uh, theme, the theme on advances in biology and biodiversity. And as we stand at the intersection of scientific discovery and environmental urgency, it is critical to acknowledge the profound challenges and biodiversity issues that are faced today. From the rapid loss of species to the degradation of ecosystems, the threats to biodiversity are among the most pressing issues of our time. But equally, this is a moment of immense opportunity, a chance of scientific community to work together to advance the knowledge and to uncover the innovative solutions needed to protect our planet, precious natural resources. This seminar is designed to be a space where we can celebrate these advancements, share new research, and engage in thought-provoking discussions. This seminar brings together a diverse group of experts from botany, from zoology, and in this collective wisdom that will allow us to move forward with innovative ideas and practical solutions. I'd like to take this moment to express once again the deepest gratitude to all those who have worked tirelessly to make this seminar a reality. Morning shows the day. The seminar is already a successful one, I think. I'm once again so my gratitude to the chief guest of honor, the three keynote speakers. We have with us Jivan sir and Hrusikesh sir and all other invited guests. In conclusion, I encourage all the students to engage deeply in the topics presented, to ask challenging questions, to note down whatever the resource persons are saying, and also to share your own experiences and ideas. Don't just sit, listen, and forget the deliberations after reaching home. That is not the purpose of doing this seminar, dear students. So participate very attentively in this seminar. Thank you so much. I look forward to the rich discussions and fruitful exchanges that will be done in this seminar. I wish all the faculties and students of Department of Botany and Zoology a bright career. I wish many more success for the Department of Botany and Zoology in future. Thank you so much for organizing this seminar, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening speech to share your word of wisdom for the invaluable insights. Thank you so much for your leadership and guidance. We appreciate your time and efforts for chairing this meeting. With these inspiring speeches, we move ahead in our felicitation ceremony. Thank you all our esteemed guests for sharing their valuable thoughts, and let us now proceed to the next segment of our program, that is the felicitation ceremony. And now we come to a very special part after the inaugural session, that is the felicitation ceremony. And I would call upon Niharanjan Naik, Barsha Vaisakhi Sahu, and Bhakti Sudha Dansena to assist the felicitation ceremony. Okay. It is the tradition to our honor and express our gratitude to the distinguished personalities who have graced this occasion with their presence and support. First, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam to kindly felicitate our chief guest as a token of our respect and appreciation. Please, Madam. Please give a round of applause. Thank you, Madam. Thank you so much. Now I request Vice Chancellor Madam to extend his gesture of honor to our esteemed guest of honor, Professor Dr. Subhasini Patnaik, Madam. Thank you, Madam. Thank you so much. Next, I would invite our chief guest to felicitate our Vice Chancellor Madam, acknowledging their visionary leadership in shaping the academic excellence. Moving ahead, I would request our chief guest to honor our Deputy Registrar Sir, Dr. Joydev Sahu sir. I would invite both of our chief guest and guest of honor to jointly felicitate our Deputy Registrar Sir in recognition of his dedication and efforts. Continuing this tradition of appreciation, may I now request our chief guest and guest of honor to felicitate our convener, Sir, Dr. Subrat Panigrahi, Sir, whose tireless coordination has made this seminar a reality. Thank you, sir and madam. Last but not the least, I would invite our chief guest and guest of honor to jointly extend their appreciation to our secretary of this meeting, Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, sir. the organizing secretary of this meeting. Thank you so much, sir and madam. Please be seated. With this, we conclude our felicitation ceremony. A heartfelt thank to all our esteemed dignitaries for their contribution. And moving forward, I would like to request the organizing secretary of this meeting, Dr. Ghansam Behra sir, to convey the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, madam. Esteemed Chief Patron and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nivedita Nath, madam. Esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, sir. Guest of Honor, Dr. Subhasini Patnaik, madam. Mr. Pitambar Bhoi, Patron, Co-Patron Major, Dr. Joydev Sahu, sir. Convener, Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi, sir. Keynote speaker, Professor Manoj Singh, sir. Invited speaker, Dr. Mutunjoy Jana and Dr. Tapan Kumar Barik, sir. Respected Jiban Patnaik, sir. Respected Hrishikesh Mahanti, sir. Esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests, research scholars, and your students. It is truly an honor and privilege more to stand before you to deliver the vote of thanks at the end of this prestigious inaugural session of the National Seminar on Advances in Biology and Biodiversity 2025. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Ashok Kumar Panigrahi, sir, for gracing this occasion with his esteemed presence and for his inspiring address that has set the perfect tone for this seminar. Your vast experience and invaluable insights will undoubtedly guide our discussion over the next 2 days, sir. Thank you, sir. Eiti tige rahili. Many memories with him. I am very close to him. More बहुत गुड कथा मन पड़ुची सार सहित मु चांबर घंटा घंटा बसी थिबु माने गुली खटी कला बेले करूथबु सार बहुत गुडे जिनस सिखांती मते जणांती गाइड करंती एवं बहुत रास्ता देखैचंती जो रास्ता धरि के आज ए जगह पहुंची एवं आज प्राउड फील करूची आज मते बहुत खुशी लागुची मु जाटू पाठ पढुची जाटू सिखि के आछि मु तांको सहित आज डाइस रे बसिची तेणु बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। सुभाषिनी मैडम मोर मन पड़े दुष्टामी होते बेले स्टूडेंट टाइम रे स्टूडेंट यूनियन सब लीडर हो धाँ धपड़ मैडम जमी कहते धाँ धपड़ सब करूँ मैडम जो सामने आसी जाती मुझे साइलेंस हो जाए मैडम को रेस्पेक्ट मोर थाए डरी जाए मुझे धीरे रास्ता काटिक धीरे पड़े जाए थैंक यू मैडम जहाँ भी आपण मान गाइडेंस आपण मान सब रास्ता देखा जो आम आज ये पहुँचीचु थैंक यू सो मच आई अगेन सिंसियरली थैंक्स अवर गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर डॉक्टर सुभाषिनी पटनायक फॉर आर enlightening speech and for sharing her profound knowledge and experience in zoology, sericulture, and cytogenesis. Your words have been a source of great motivation for all of us. A special note of appreciation to our Chief Patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nivedita Nath, for her unwavering support and encouragement in organizing this seminar. Ma'am, your vision and leadership continue to inspire us in our academic and research pursuits. Thank you, madam. I am deeply grateful to our patron, Mr. Pitambar Bhoi, sir, Registrar of Mανikeshwari University, for his constant guidance, administrative support, and valuable contribution to this event. Thank you, Pitambar Bhoi, sir. My sincere thanks to our co-patron, Major Dr. Joydev Sahu, sir, for his keen interest, encouragement, and valuable inputs in making this seminar a success. Your academic contributions and leadership have always been a source of inspiration Thank you, sir. A special words of gratitude to our convener, Dr. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi, sir, for his dedication, meticulous planning, and tireless efforts in ensuring that ABB 2025 is well organized and impactful. Your hard work has made this event possible, and we truly appreciate your commitment. Thank you, sir. Once again, I express my profound gratitude to our keynote speaker, Professor Manoj Singh, for accepting our invitation and sharing his valuable expertise in biotechnology and biodiversity conservation. Your contribution to research and academic are truly commendable. Thank you, sir. A heartfelt thanks to our invited speaker, Dr. Mutinja Jana and Dr. Tapan Kumar Barik, sir, for their presence and for their upcoming contributions to this seminar. We are eager to learn from your insight and experiences in botany, zoology, and medical entomology. Thank you, sir. I thanks to co-convener Dr. Mumtaz Khan, sir, for kind support and cooperation. I also extend my appreciation to all the esteemed faculty members, research scholars, and students for their active participations and enthusiasm. Your presence makes this seminar more meaningful, and I hope that these discussions will spark new ideas and collaborations. A big thanks you to the technical and organizing team, volunteers, and supporting staff for their behind the scenes efforts ensuring the smooth executions of today's program. Your dedication is truly commendable. Thank you, all of you. Finally, I express my gratitude to our guests, participants, and well wishers for taking this time to join us today. Your engagement and interest make this seminar a fruitful academic endeavor. With this, I conclude my vote of thanks and look forward to an engaging and productive seminar over the next 2 days. Thank you all and have a wonderful seminar ahead. Thank you.
I declare the inaugural meeting is over now.
Now this is the tea break at the corridor. So may I request every guest to have a cup of tea.
A very good afternoon to you all. Once again, I welcome you all to this technical session, the keynote address meeting. Students, delegates, please take your seats. All students, be silent. We shall start the keynote address session. Once again, I welcome you all to this Manikeshwari University, to the Department of Botany and Zoology, to this seminar, national seminar on advances in biology and biodiversity. I would like to request, it is my privilege to request Dr. Ashok Kumar Panigrahi Sir, distinguished retired professor of botany, former professor of emeritus, Bahrampur University, to deliver his keynote address. Dr. Panigrahi needs no introduction after the inaugural session. He is an expertise in the environmental science, aquatic toxicology, and industrial pollution research. His advices, his insights will definitely inspire us in this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chairperson, who is chairing this session, respected dignitaries, speakers, faculty members of this department and other departments, scholars, and my dear students. This topic I've selected keeping the main topic in mind, advances in biology and biodiversity. When people talk about biodiversity, the word looks very simple, biodiversity. Diversity is variation, bio, living organisms. Very simple. This biodiversity drawn everybody's attention in the last 20 years. After a biodiversity convention, international convention, everybody probably thought that let them do something or something great to protect and conserve biodiversity. Hello. 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 So, in last 20 years, everybody talked about biodiversity. Almost all the leading countries of the world, they started discussing on biodiversity. When everybody talks about biodiversity, what is the meaning of biodiversity and why everybody felt that biodiversity is a topic to be discussed? Because if you go back to the history, 100 years back, the entire planet was packed. Most of the areas were covered by plants only. There were dense forests. Now, if you want to see a dense forest, you will not find. Dense forest is one where sunlight will not penetrate to the bottom. If you are inside the dense forest, you will not see sun. Really dark. Nowadays, we see this in films, but not in real life. Earlier it was a dense forest, now it is a scattering forest. Biodiversity gained importance. Very recently, 22 years back, a group of scientists came from USA. They were working on ethnomedicine. So what they have done, they have gone to deep Koraput district, interior of Koraput district, reached to the forest area, collected the plants which have got medicinal value. Right? So for collection of plants having medicinal value, they took the help of tribal budgets. Right? They stayed for years together with these tribal budgets and they tried to find out what type of plant and which part of the plant is useful to prepare medicine. After 5 to 7 years, what they have done, they collected the plants from Koraput district, particularly from Malkangiri area, and then they took all these plants. So, so then what they did? So what they have done? They have collected the plant samples. They have collected the plant samples from Koraput district, and they took away all the plants to America. They planted them, took care of the plants. After 15 years, because the Boyder said these plants should become 15 years old, then only you can use this either a stem part or root part or leaf part for medicine. So with that thing, they took away the plants, allowed the plant to go for 15 to 20 years. After 20 years, they collected the stem part, root part, or leaf part, whatever they wanted, extracted the secondary metabolites. I'll come to that. Just a minute. So what they, when they took these plants, planted there, right, planted there, and after 20 years, they collected the secondary metabolites from the root, stem, and leaf. Then they tried to have that particular medicine. So the specimen which they have collected from Malkangiri, dense forest area, they have got all the readings were there with them. And when they checked with the samples, or whatever is grown in America, they found a big difference. Means qualitatively and quantitatively, both the extracts were different. Right? So when this question came, the one person came to Odisha, particularly Malkangiri. He asked Boyder, I have taken plants from there, from here, grown for 20 years, and now I find the same type of metabolites are not available in the plant which we have taken to America. Right? When this question came, look, till then, means 20 years past, nobody knew that they have taken the plants. Now in America, sir, upon question answer, sir. In America, there is a provision. If you want to take a sample from why India from any other country, you have to take the permission from the Agriculture Department of USA. They will give you a permission slip. I have taken solid waste from Joycery Chemical. I sent that slip. I said my student BP Saw was there. I said on the parcel, on the top you fix it. Otherwise no soil can go to America or no plant can go to America. So these samples he was sending me, we used to send an agricultural slip. They have shown that one. From India taking plants, there was no objection. No objection from India when they were taking plants. This question was raised heavily and it was discussed in Parliament. During that time, we have no restriction because we know we have nothing, what they can take. But for America, there is a definite restriction. No other plants are allowed. Why so many invasive species is now found in India? Invasive species number increased in India because of that, because there is a free entry from all sides, by air, by water, and from land mass. So when this question was raised, they said categorically, if you transfer the plant from one climatic condition to another climatic condition, the plant will not produce the same qualitatively and quantitatively same type secondary metabolites which are responsible for manufacturing a drug to cure different diseases. The concept is very clear. When I say this, Next question comes, what is the difference between the plant which is growing at Malkanagiri or Kalahandi, and what is the difference? The same plant is taken to America. What is the difference? Same air water land, here also same air water land. This question can be said by any ordinary person. But being a biologist, your thought should be different. Let me make one thing very clear. Every plant or every animal loves to live, I'm using the word very carefully, loves to live in a lovable environment. Lovable environment is a favorable environment. What is a favorable environment? Where nothing is deficient. No limiting factors to operate, either from air, water, or from land. Air constitutes of chemicals, water constitutes of chemicals, land constitutes of chemicals. The water composition will vary from place to place because that is strongly dependent on soil composition. And the soil composition will vary from place to place. Bhanjo Bihar or Berhampur University climate is not equal to Kalahandi climate. The plants which are growing in Gopalpur or Bhanjo Bihar campus, like casuarina, or any plant which can grow in a coastal belt, don't expect those plants to grow here. I'll give a small example. My sister stays at Fulwani. She likes coconut. So she said, Hana, send me the biggest size coconuts which is grown in your place so that I will grow them at Fulwani. I collected from coconut research department. I said, biggest coconut, this size. They gave me 2 samples. They said, sir, within 5 years, this plant will fruit. This is 5-year plantation. Well, okay, I brought them. Then I said, give me the statistics, how it is to be planted. They gave me all the details, and also they gave me all the soil mixture. They said, this mixture you add, then the plant will grow well. I brought everything, gave them. The plants started living, plants started growing. After 5 years, no fruit, no flower. During the same time, I planted another 2 in my backyard at Bhanjo Bihar. They started flowering and fruiting. The day my wife said this coconut plant is flowering, I asked in the same day to my sister whether your plant is flowering or not, fruiting or not. She said no. 2 years passed, no. 4 years passed, no. Then I was in a problem just to think whether he has given me the correct coconut plant or not. So I asked him, well, no sir, where you have planted? I said, Fulwani. Sir, it will not grow. Don't worry, 15 years. Then, in a fine morning, my sister gave me a call. After 12 years, the inflorescences come out. It's so good. After 2 more months, fruiting started. And the fruit structure never grew beyond this. This is the size. Where in my garden, at present also in my garden, I had that coconut plant. Bigger coconuts we are producing, but they are not. So every year I used to visit, every year I used to bring different types of fertilizers and salt so that the plant will come up. It never happened. This example I have set just to tell you, if the lovable environment of a particular plant is changed, the characteristic features of the plant will change. That means if you bring any medicinal plant from a particular locality and go somewhere else, nowadays the present fashion is develop a medicinal plant garden. Everybody says, where is your medicinal plant garden? So everybody what they'll do, Osimum sanctum, most easiest to grow. Then they will bring few and they will put it there, Osimum sanctum, this nut, other data indica, something they will write. This is not the style. This we appreciate, plants don't. Plants need a particular lovable environment. Not necessarily, yes, your essential chemicals are required by every plant, your micronutrients and macronutrients are required by every plant, but every plant needs some special chemical that you must try to understand. Plants are growing in mines. They are growing very well in mines. Why? The mining chemicals probably support their growth. I have gone to many bauxite mines just because I was working with Nalco Damanjodi waste, and I was thinking Nalco Damanjodi red mud waste contains 183 elements, 1965 chemical complexes. No plant can grow, no animal can survive in red mud waste. And there are 4 or 5 heavy metals which we have declared as deadly toxic. Those chemicals are there. I was surprised to find that many plants are growing in those mines. Reason? Reason? That environment or that soil is a lovable environment for those plants. Right? Tictona grandis can grow well in Kalahandi, Pulwani. Tictona grandis will not grow well at Bhanjabihar or Gopal. These examples I have said just to tell you that a particular area enjoys a particular environmental condition. The constitution of air, constitution of water, and constitution of landmass or soil is most important for plant growth. Everything is needed, everything is required. At what quantity, that is defined by nature. Once we say nature loves it, other words, I will say plants love a particular natural condition. I've said lovable environment, I've said favorable environment. Then another is ideal environment. Favorable environment, ideal environment, they are not same. In ideal environment, the plant will grow, plant will not die. But the secondary metabolites which are produced by a plant, you will not find equal to a plant growing in a lovable environment. Just to think, start loving a subject or start loving a particular structure. You will find your relationship. Among you students, you must be thinking, how many students are there in one class, sir? PG. Okay, 48. There are 48 students in a batch. Are you moving together? Wherever you go to market, are you going together? No. Groups. Why? You develop a special relationship between you, right? So what you feel? That we four, we have a common interest, right? So with a common interest, you have got likings and dislikings. Similarly, every plant has got common likings and common dislikings. This was not known for a long time. I will tell you, these parasites, symbionts, they grow, they are dependent, they grow, right? But we never knew that these parasites can give you very good medicine. Very good medicine. Even we have seen orchids. In Similipal, I was there for 7 days to study entire Similipal with our administrator. I was not interested to go, but because he was the administrator, he said all should go. Professor Sisidas, such an old man, Professor B.N. Mishra, was unable to work. All these people accompanied me and Dr. Malekwan Mishra from botany department. We were there. So we are seeing all this. And one engineer, Sarat Kumar Mishra, leading archaeologist in Odisha, man of engineering, do not know botany very well, but he has got the highest publication on orchids in Odisha. His name is counted among the best archaeologists in India, right? He was accompanying us. He showed me 2 orchid plants. Casually I said, sir, give me one. I will take it to my department. Se कहले, एटा थाउ, तम डिपार्टमेंट गए मध्य। कहला हम साउंड खराब लगला। कौन तो भाई जा मार दो, हम बटनी वाला। कहला साहब जा तुम जिद धरते हो मत बेसी ऐसा पर गोड नहीं जाता। पूरा उठे ही नहीं आसिलु सेठु। हला, अनि हम डिपार्टमेंट गार्डन लगे गलो। 3 दिन पर्यंत गलु। गुरु चला मिसिकी मो गाइड मु मत कहला आस सर मोर ए जिनस इंटरेस्ट नहीं मु पॉल्यूशन वाला मु काई जीव गछ देखिया मु धीरे खसले 2 दिन पर से जाउथले 5 दिन पर से खसले 3 मास पर हम दिन मिसी गलु से गछ सेट नाही मालिक पचारलु पानी दउथलो सर सब दिन दउथलो मरिगला केमती तो से मरिला हम करी गार्डन से दैट मीन्स आई टेलीफोन सर्च मिस सर से गछ मरिगला मु कहि से कहल मु कहितली से मरियो से गछ मरियो मु जानथिली आपण मारिया नउचन जानथिली एठी थिले थांता ताको बेकते मार देला से दिन मु डिसाइड कली कोनस जगह कोनस गछ मु आनिबी नाही because this is one natural truth that if you change the habitable condition of a particular plant, that plant will not grow well. It may struggle to survive, may survive for some time, then probably die. That means when you talk about a forest, whatever forest we are seeing in the past, multi-plant forest, means you will find variety of plants. Now you go to any forest developed by the forest department, uniculture or monoculture forest. What is the difference between these two? People will say the same amount of oxygen is involved, monoculture and mixed culture. But do you know, plants take care of themselves. In a mixed culture, disease attack is less. In a monoculture, disease will not attack. Once it attacks, the entire culture will disappear. And in a multicultural forest, what is the natural beauty you can see? Natural cycles. Check this natural cycles. In a forest, we never go to add fertilizer. We never go to manipulate anything. Only we know one thing very well. Collect whatever products are produced by the plants in the forest, bring it and use it. Either plant as a whole, or plant part, or plant product. This we have started using, right? But we never understood what is the meaning of that. You ask the village people, tribal people, they will tell you, ए गच्छ को ए गच्छ प्रोटेक्ट करछे ए गच्छ को से गच्छ प्रोटेक्ट करछे ए समस्त बिछि ताको प्रोटेक्ट करछे and if you go on counting almost every plant is protected by another plant so beautiful that you will not find in monoculture forest disease attack is more in monoculture disease attack is less in mixed culture this is one advantage and in a particular area the vegetation grows well because all these plants love to live in that environment. Probably they enjoy the best, the chemicals present in air, chemicals present in water bodies, and chemicals present in the land mass. Now, one thing you can remember this. The air composition varies from place to place. Even the air composition of this room will be different from the air composition outside. Reason is here carbon dioxide content will be a little bit more when compared to that side because so many persons are there who are respiring. So no two single unit is equivalent when you talk about air composition or when you talk about water composition or when you talk about land composition. The natural tendency is to reach to homogeneity. Air tends to become homogeneous, water tends to become homogeneous, soil also tends to become homogeneous, but it is not because heterogeneity is the rule for diversity. If you want a diversity, heterogeneity is the rule. Control all the parameters, only one plant will grow or one monoculture will grow, not mixed culture. With this background, I will take you to काम कर देखिए फुल स्लाइड कर दिया Now, this is biodiversity and environment. All these things I have already said. Depends on climate. The biodiversity of place depends on climatic factors, altitude, latitude, soil characteristics, rainfall pattern, and most important, interference of man. We find a variety of plants which are endemic to the area and grow luxuriantly. All these things, because I've already written here, you can read it down. I'll give you another example. When I will come to the next slide, here I have categorically said the presence and variation of secondary metabolites of a plant depends on the physiochemical properties of the air, water, land, altitude, longitude, rainfall, humidity, seasonal characteristic features of the area. Any significant variation in the environmental parameters will have a serious impact on the quality and quantity of secondary metabolites and medicinal properties of a particular species. I will be concentrating more on causes of biodiversity. Deforestation, all of you know, I need not explain. I've already told you, dense forest has become scattered forest. And whatever forest we have probably gone for in the afforestation program, we have gone most of the times monoculture forest, but not a mixed culture. Only one good thing, in every botany department, you will find a mixed culture. I say with proud, forest botany department people, because they collect different plants. Their objective is, if they plant different plants, they can show it to the students that these are the different plants belonging to different families with different characters. That is required for teaching. So we grow a mixed forest rather than a monoculture forest. So mixed culture we like. So if any forest area is controlled by botany department, you will find a mixed culture. But any forest area developed by forest department, you will find a monoculture. And this is being heavily criticized everywhere. I openly criticize forest department people because you are the people responsible for forest loss, biodiversity loss. India government, Odisha government spends the highest amount and that pays to forest department for developing a forest. Because when we see a satellite picture, everybody becomes panicked. Everybody will find brown, yellow patch, brown patch, yellow patch. Brown, yellow patch means no plant. Somebody was comparing in Delhi, last seminar I was there, he was comparing the India structure, right? From 1926 till today. And you will see the chronology, beautiful chronology. Green to light yellow, light brown, deep brown. He says, this is the reading. I asked a small question. Sir, is it this slide you are keeping with you or you are giving to forest department? Then he said, no, sir, forest department has given this slide to me. So don't worry, you should not be panicked. And the administrators should know if you spend money, for what purpose you are spending money. Base idea, we talk about climate change, we talk about global warming, we talk about rise in temperature, we talk about rise in sea level. We predict sea level rise, so many cities will be destroyed. Temperature rise, so many organisms will die. All these predictions are there. But most important part is, if you believe deforestation, why don't you try to believe afforestation? We are spending a lot of money. Have you ever checked? People said plantation is a must. In every seminar, you will find plantation. Every speaker will speak at least 10 times on plantation. So many slogans were there. 10 plants, 1 township. 10 plants, 1 village. Then 3 plants, 1 family. Now, 1 plant at least in 1 family. They have lost all this. They say 1 student, 1 plant. 1 student, 1 plant. Even in one meeting I have said, let there be 50 marks for plantation by students, marks to be awarded basing on the survivability and growth of the plant. That is students pure. No teachers, let the teachers decide what will be the percentage from 50. Let this, look, nowadays nobody works if there is no profit. If the students will plant, let them get some percentage. In marking, so what students need, only percentage of marks. Okay, this is the extra idea. How students will work, teachers will support. Let teachers get some funds because nothing is possible without funds. So funds, hand over the money to the department, let the department allot the area, let the students plant, let the students take care till they pass. Finally, marking on them. This was never accepted by anybody, never adopted by anybody. Because this administration will not accept anything if you say positive. But if you say how much money they will get, if you say, sir, these are the plants, if you grow, after 3 years, they will give you 3 crores. All the politicians will line up to fund you. All the biggest, including Ambani, Adani, all will come. Sir, give us the patent. Please sell your patent to us. We'll pay you money. Over. Only commercial business, nothing else. So when we talk about deforestation, the question comes on afforestation. All the points I've clearly mentioned here, you can read. Here, my most important part will be, when I say biodiversity loss, there are so many. You can see the list. Habit destruction, fragmentation, climate change, altered ecosystem, overexploitation of resources, invasive species. Invasive species was more important 40 years back. Everybody was talking about invasive species because invasive species once enters, they are more tolerant, more resistant, and the best varieties, they will force the local varieties to disappear. So we are against. Ipomia crassulaceae, you know, Omori. One stick was brought from outside, and it landed in Bombay, present Mumbai, and after that it spread all over India. Now we are thinking of eradicating, total removal of Ipomia. So one species can destroy many species. So you should be very careful for invasive species. Then next important part is pollution, which I was working for the last 40 years. Biodiversity I have touched because whenever there is a pollution, we talk about biodiversity. Because biodiversity loss, polluters are the best contributors. Polluters are the best contributors. Who is a polluter? Generally, industry people are the polluters. Now, when we talk about industry and we talk about industrial pollution, what we do? We discharge gases waste into air, liquid effluent into water bodies, solid waste dumped on soil or land mass. Pollutants changing the physiochemical nature of the ecosystem, environment, forcing species disappearance. This important part. Let me come back to one industry. When there is an industry, it's causing pollution. You have felt pollution. You have felt something wrong with the air, something wrong with the water body, or something wrong with the land mass. This is the reason why you are raising your finger or you are raising your slogan to indicate, okay, this industry is polluting the environment. The moment you raise a slogan, Gunda elements will take over. Okay, they will go to the industrial owner. You are polluting the area, so you pay as compensation. Once money is paid to the Gunda people, they take care of you. They will take care of you. They will not allow you to agitate. Let me come back to the basic question. I told you, industries pollute air, water, or land mass. Reason is, industries discharge their gaseous waste into the environment, liquid effluent to water bodies, wherever there is a water body, and the solid waste is generally dumped on the land mass. And some industries dump their solid waste in water bodies also. So by dumping this, air, water, and land gets polluted. Now I will come back to the basic question. When you start an industry, what is required? A land or a place where you can construct one building to start an industry. Industry is nothing but a machine. Insert your raw materials, the products will come out. I will tell you some industries as an example, little bit late. So industries require raw materials. So the industry should be located nearer to the raw material. Wherever the raw material is, they will try to have the industry very nearer. Most important, they need air, they need fresh water. So for an industry to start, fresh water is important, air is available everywhere, no problem. So water source they will try to find out. Because they need huge amount of water, Small streams will not work. They depend on rivers, right? They will construct the industry in the upstream. They will discharge their waste in the downstream. In between will be your city, right? So when you start an industry, raw material necessary, everyone knows. Every industry functions with a particular technology, right? So the technology, you get it or purchase it, and basing on that, you design your industry. Industry is nothing but constitutes of machines operating in different conditions, where chemicals are added or chemicals are subtracted. Now, the type of chemical which enters into the industry, the type of chemical which enters into the industry, they don't come out in the same form. There is a chemical transformation, right? Later on we do it biochemical transformation, but first is chemical transformation. The chemicals which are available maybe in elemental form or inorganic form or organic form, whatever may be the type of chemical, once this chemical enter into industrial machines, they are used for something, right? Now, for example, you go to Nalco Damanjodi, the industry was constructed to produce alumina only. In bauxite mine, I told you the chemical composition, how many chemicals are there. So all these chemicals as a mining product, they are brought to the industry, right? After chemical interaction starts, pressure change, temperature change. Temperature change means not small change, in 1000 degrees comparison, right? So they isolate alumina, they rest through as a red mud waste. Now two questions can be asked and two questions the industry should answer. What is the chemical composition of the mining soil which you have brought for extracting alumina? What is the chemical composition? Where from you brought? Suppose there is a bauxite mine near Koraput, right? So those chemicals are taken to Damanjodi. Just remember, Damanjodi was enjoying a particular environmental condition with a definite chemical composition of air, water, and land. Probably you must not be knowing, senior people must be knowing, Damanjodi was famous for sandalwood plantation. Mind you, Odisha is proud of sandalwood of Damanjodi. There was a single sandalwood forest in the entire area, and people from Mysore, they were coming to Odisha, particularly Damanjodi area, to take sandalwood because that sandalwood is the best when compared to Mysore sandalwood. And very costly also. When the industry started, they removed the entire sandalwood forest. You will not find a single plant. 22 years back, 21 years back, when I visited Damanjodi, I requested the director, sir, this at least we taught our students that there was a sandalwood forest here. You have removed all the, he said, no, I have not removed. Okay, somebody else has removed for your industry. At least plant 2 or 3 sandalwood plants in this area in your office premises. Let people come and see this is a sandalwood plant. Now they have got 4 or 5. 4 I have seen, but then he said, sir, one more plant we have accommodated in our campus. Remove some crores plants and now adjusting with 4 or 5 sandalwood plants. Now they have started growing sandalwood plants in the polluted areas. No sandalwood plant is growing. No sandalwood plant is growing. Reason is the chemical composition has changed. Chemical composition of soil. That is because earlier Damanjodi was enjoying a particular climatic condition. Because the forest is removed, rainfall came down. Rainfall, that was reduced, depleted. So with these changing environmental conditions, 2 things happened. The chemistry of Damanjodi changed because of addition of red mud waste. The chemistry of Koraput mine changed because the deposited chemicals were removed. So those plants died because of the loss of deposit. Here plants died because excess deposition of the waste. So the industry is solely responsible. We environmental scientist people, we oppose industries. People ask, Are you against development? Are you against employment? Once there is an industry, employment will be there, socio-economic development will be there, village development will be there, because they have taken your land, they are destroying your land. What they will do? Employ one member from each family. They will have roads. They need good roads for their transportation. They will have small road for your movement, and they will have a hospital. They will have a school. These small freebies they will give it to you. But they have never counted what will be the total loss. Now the second question is, up to 1986, when the Environmental Act was enacted, there were some 1,000 environmental notifications, laws and rules, but never implemented. In 1986, the Environmental Act came after the Stockholm Conference, because Madam Indira Gandhi was frustrated when she attended the Stockholm Conference, because there was no rule for India. For each region, for each zone, we have rules, regulations, acts. For example, India is the first country in the world to have an environmental rule, right, during British time. That is related to Bombay Beach. That they call Bombay Beach Nuisance Act. That was the first act in the world record in India. Do you know what was the reason? They wanted to protect the beach because they will take bath. They did not allow Indians and dogs to enter into that area. That's it. What is the philosophy behind it? I'm not interested. I'm interested that for the first time in India, we have got a Beach Protection Act. Everything was summed in 1986, Environmental Act came into existence. In the Environmental Act, there is a clear direction where the industry should be located. These are the invasive, these are the reasons and causes of biodiversity loss. I will not go into the details. Species extinction, illegal hunting, killing wildlife, poaching, overpopulation, introduction of non-native species, uncontrolled and commercial exploitation, genetic pollution, and urban sprawl. All these things are there. Now, here, poaching becomes one important factor. I talked about deforestation. Second important is removal of wildlife and removal of and encouraging poaching. Right? These two things strongly influence the biodiversity of animals. Right? What we generally kill in animals, do you think we kill one animal which we don't eat? No. Whatever is our food, what type of animal it is, if you are eating, we remove it, knowingly or unknowingly, right? So this is one important factor everybody must understand. I don't say biodiversity is only related to plants. For animals are equally important, and you must have an eye on animals first, then in plants. I'm a botany fellow, plants are important for me. Somebody is from zoology, animals are important for them. But for an environmental scientist, both plants and animals occupy the same status, and both are equally important because they decide ecosystem. Right? If ecosystem is disturbed, plants are disturbed, animals are disturbed, plants disappear, animals disappear. Environmental pollution is one important aspect for biodiversity loss. Removal of plants and removal animals. I have already told you about raw material entry and discharge of the waste. These two change the chemical composition of air, water, land of the industry where the industry is located. Sources and polluters of the environment. The list is long, but we will only consider industry, which contaminates air, contaminates water bodies, and contaminates land mass. Why industry is required? I have told you. For socio-economic development. This is the word or slogan of the government. With this name, they kill you. When we raise a question, first question, you want development or not? Yes. You need employment or not? If I say no, I'm finished. If I say no development, again the same group will kill me. But is it not the truth that you cannot destroy environment in the name of socio-economic development or in the name of employment. We want development, but we need equally. Industries, we are not opposed to. Industries, we are not opposed to. Up to 2012, recycling technology was not available for every industry. Now for every industry, recycling technology is available. When we said recycling technology, they said all chemicals are not recyclable. They said waste. What is a waste? Waste is one that is not required for you. This definition was there 10 years back. Now what is the definition of waste? If this is a waste, this may be waste for me. This may be waste for this industry. But this may be useful for you or for some other industry. If my waste is used by you, my waste becomes your raw material, then how it can be waste? If a chemical is not reutilizable by any unit, then that we call waste. Or if any waste is deadly toxic, then we say this is a waste. So we have found now, after waste definition, recycling technology came into existence. Recyclable chemicals, recyclable waste, that took the priority right now. In 2022 onwards, Government of India said, we want industries, but they must follow zero discharge technology. Up to that, prior to that, what we did? In the Environmental Act, there is an environmental schedule. Environmental Act 1986, Environmental Schedule 1987. In 87, list of industries are there. What type of waste they will discharge at what quantity is clearly mentioned. Even they have allowed heavy metals, deadly heavy toxic heavy metals like mercury, cadmium, lead can be discharged at very, 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 very low concentration. Our laboratory research says if the chemical is diluted significantly, no chemical becomes toxic. I generally say in my class, every chemical is toxic, no chemical is toxic. Very clear thing. It is the chemistry that is most important. The concentration of a chemical decides toxicity. Sugar is good for you. Salt is required for you. If you take every day 10 kgs of sugar and every day 10 kgs of salt, can you survive? You will die. People take poison. People take poison. We know poison is a toxic chemical. It can cause death. But dilute the poison to the lowest maximum allowable concentration, you will not die. This is important. That means the concentration of a chemical decides toxicity. Again, come back. No chemical is toxic. All chemicals are toxic is accepted fact. Basing on this, Government of India decided zero discharge technology should be adopted. What now people have, industry people, they have shouted, that okay, you cannot press charge for zero discharge technology or using recycling technology, because if the industry cost is 1,000 crores, the recycling technology is 2,000 crores. Recycling technology is more costly than your industry cost. This is the reason why no industry is interested to use either recycling technology or recovery technology or zero discharge technology. Question comes where you are fast or environment is fast. If environment is okay, you survive. If environment is destroyed, you die. And if you die, what about industry? These things are most important. People must remember. Location of industry, these things are available in the Environmental Act, away from township, away from zoo, away from sanctuary, so many things away. When the industry started, that was really away from the township and everything. But with expansion, the industry, now industry is at the center and all the population, they are surrounding the industry. That this is not the fault of the industry, this is our fault. So location-wise, our industries are well placed. Do's and don'ts. These people, environmental clearance, forest department clearance, and this third is most important, do we take clearance from the public by open debate? Environmental clearance can be brought, forest clearance can be purchased. The above two can be purchased. Pay money to the politicians, they will give you all clearances. There is no problem. Bottom line, you can see, we do take political clearance, bank clearance for heavy loans. That's it. I will take 5,000 crore loan, then vanish from India. You search me, you cannot arrest me outside. Development versus protection and conservation. This one I have said. We can have industry, but no forest is destroyed. No forest is to be destroyed. We want industry. No endemic species should be destroyed. Odisha is most important because we have got highest number of endemic species. And rice, we are number one in the country. We have got the highest number of endemic species in rice, particularly in Koraput district and Kalahandi district. Not Fulbani. These two districts are important for rice. So you have no right to destroy all these things because endemic species, once they change their habitat place, they will not survive. They will not give you the required things. Now I will take you a field study to different areas very fast. This is one industry, international paper mill at Rajmahendri on the bank of river Godavari. Mind you, Godavari river is Ganga of South India. Ganga of South India. Sacred river. I have taken it deep also. Once I have gone there for collection. I said, why the river is so crowded? They said, simple, take a bath. Duba maron do. Sir, Buddha Purji. Then I understood. Okay. Buddha marlu, sample collection karke asilu. Now you can see. Left side, this is the industry. This industry is famous. Pollution Control Board Andhra Pradesh is unable to touch this industry because they are not throwing any waste into the environment. That is their claim. When we visited, I will show you. This is the Godavari River, and you can see this. This is a bigger pipeline where the effluent is channelized through the Godavari River into an island located inside the Godavari River bed. This is the, there is a pipeline in the river, and this is the island where they are dumping their effluent. This is what they are doing. No physical treatment, no chemical treatment, only Iconia plant and Azolla. Look, very interesting people, very clever people. They know Iconia plant is most important. Everybody dislikes Iconia plant. Everybody wants to destroy Iconia plant. But we environmental science, pollution people, we admit because Iconia plant is the only plant which can save you. This plant is a strong absorber of heavy metals. Strong absorber of heavy metals. You will find a spongy petiole. The plant will absorb heavy metals and deposit in the petiole. Periodically, you go and check the petiole. If it is spongy, still the plant can absorb. Once it becomes a hard ball, then it is over. You remove it and you can recycle the whole heavy metal. This is the one plant which can absorb heavy metal and can give it back to you. Other plants are not. And Azolla can survive in a toxic environment, can fix nitrogen. Dr. Jana is here. Their group, they worked a lot on Azolla. And this is the showpiece. We are treating the waste with Iconia plant, and we have used Azolla plant. This Azolla plant will take care of the waste and also discharge nitrogenous waste, which can be used as a biofertilizer. All the people, they can use this waste treated water. This is the biological treatment they claim. Really, this is a drama. Mind you, if a plant is there, do you think instantly it absorbs? No, it takes time. If you allow your effluent a retention time of 1 month, that we have done for JK Paper Mills, 1 month you keep the diluted effluent where you can grow all these plants, allow them to live for 1 month. Within 1 month, they will remove the heavy metals. Retention time is, in this industry, continuous flow. Is it net fishing? That the fish is going in water, put a net and collect the fish? No. Allow the plant to absorb the chemicals from the environment. Most of this is what I'm saying. The industry people, they are cheating. They bring the pollution board people, sir, we are going for biological treatment. They say biological treatment, tick. Okay. And Baba, what type of biological treatment? What they are doing? Do they really mean biological treatment? Or so was it? So drama. Next. Pepper mill, these are the impacts this industry can show. Loss of forest, loss of flora and fauna, fish death. Alumina industry. This is Daman Jodi, I told you, where Nalco plant is there. You can see this entire area is evacuated, the entire forest loss. You can see this industry. I've taken photographs from different angles because 15 or 16 students are working on this particular project. This is your red mud waste. Now they are not discharging red. Just here, how people cheat you. They say we are not discharging red mud waste into the environment. So what? Yes, red mud waste is not dumped in any water body. They have selected a place, a nice place. All the 4/5 of the site is covered by natural hills. The central area, and one small area, they have a earthen dam. So the entire area looks like a pond. They said this is a natural pond. We are dumping our waste here. After 12 years, I said, this is fine, you are dumping. But what about leachate? He asked me, sir, what is leachate? Leaking of chemicals from your red mud pond. They said, no. I said, okay. Then we took films and video films to show them leaching and leaking. I'll show you that. This particular photograph I'm showing destruction of natural forest. You can see. This is the type of forest the area was enjoying. This is for construction of road. For construction industry, you have demolished a particular forest area. Now to have the roads, we have also destroyed the forest. Clear comparison. Left side, this is your forest, natural forest, you can see. And this water is your leaching water from the red mud pond. Wherever red mud waste leaches, the entire plantation is destroyed. You can see all these hills, no plants. With time, it's not huge, but deadly toxic. The surrounding crop fields, rice plantation, they stopped. Initially, they produced brown rice, then they said no, because nobody purchased. There was a filthy smell. Even I have tested it. That type of rice you cannot eat. Okay? One is brown color. Of course, nowadays brown rice is very costly. That brown rice, this brown rice is different. This is polluted brown rice, and you will have a very filthy smell. And keep it after cooking. Keep it for 2 hours. The entire thing gets destroyed. When we said red mud is a big problem for future, they started a power plant, produced ash, and this ash is dumped here. Now they are trying to cover the red mud pond with ash. Only camouflage. These are the impacts of the industry. Sugar mill. This is one industry. This is one industry. The whole raw material is used. No waste comes out. What is the raw material? Sugar cane. Take this sugar cane, cut into pieces, squeeze it, take out the juice, heat it, it reaches to crystallization point, then centrifuge it, your sugar is ready. Heat it, concentrate it, your good is ready without washing. If you wash, sugar, right? Whatever waste comes out, that you take it to a distillery. In distillery, you manufacture alcohol, and the waste is almost pollutant free. But the distilleries, what they are doing, they are dumping. Here, molasses are used for power. These are the places where you will find left side is your furnace heating. Right side is your effluent. Now this is the effluent they are discharging into the environment, but protected ponds. There are 4 ponds where they store it. If they protect it and there are 4 ponds, what is my headache? These ponds where it is dumped, it contaminates the groundwater. In Aska, if you go to the industry place, 31 kilometers radius, you will find every well is polluted, every tube well is very polluted. You will get brown water, and the brown water, you will find some precipitation type and fermentation type. You cannot use that water. So this is a particular case which can be taken care of. We have got a recycling technology. We can use blue green algae. China people, sorry, Chennai people, there are 2 groups in Tamil Nadu, one group in Andhra Pradesh. They have developed a technology, right, by which you can take care of the brown color. The entire brown color will go, normal natural waters come. And in between 2020 to 2025, 2015 to 2025, 10 years time, we have got bioreactor technology. In our laboratory, we have set one of my students, he has prepared a bioreactor from his own mind. That we tried, and when we published this one, during that time, Japanese people, Chinese people, they published papers where they have done it in large scale. We have done it in a conical glass scale. They have done it in large scale. So bioreactors can help 100% recycling. Yeah, sorry. This is the place where they were dumping. Now this is for this they call it soaking pond or drying pond. These solid, these solid, these are removed from the pond. Periodically, you remove the base sediment, and this can be used in crop fields. Only thing is, if you use this one in rice crop, rice plantation production will go down. But if you can use it in sugarcane crop industry or sugarcane plantation, that gives a very good result. Now the entire area people, they are only cultivating sugarcane by using this as a fertilizer. Need not pay, take it free. This particular figure I have shown, here some algae are growing, right? This is not deadly toxic because this permits few algal bloom means few algae are growing. You try to find out why they are growing. Are they genetically strong? They are not. Only environmental tolerance, environmental resistance that helps them to survive. This is what the analysis what we are doing, impact of the industry. And this is the chloralga industry located at Ganjam. I will go very fast because on this industry I have worked for 35 years. This industry, why I brought this slide, I will tell you. Here the raw material is sodium chloride collected from the beach at Rambha Belt. So those who have gone to Berhampur via Bhubaneswar Berhampur, on the left side you will find here the small hills of rock. Only seawater dried in plots and those flakes, that is your common salt. This industry is using sodium chloride as the raw material, and the product is sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. If you see the chemistry, sodium chloride, electrolysis, chlorine gas, sodium mercury amalgam, and this after hydrolysis, sodium hydroxide, mercury is free, and hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas, chlorine gas combined to produce hydrochloric acid. Technology-wise, there is no pollution. Only there are reports of chlorine gas leak, and there are some problems like mercury pollution problem was later identified, and then we have worked for 35 years, and we are after it. I have got around 85 publications on the waste of Joycery chemicals. And another good, for a long time, Pollution Control Board was sitting silent. But when we started publishing papers, they also supported our data. Everything corroborated. It went to government. And during that time in 2012, all over the world, they have decided, basing on the publication, that these chloralga industries having mercury cell process should be thrown out. You go for membrane technology. So 2012, it became a rule in India. Up to by 2013-14, they started changing. And by 2014, joystick chemical totally changed to membrane technology, and then they have sold that to our industry, to Tata Group. These are the waste. I need not show you all these because I have taken a lot of time. Yes. Loss of forest cover, environment is contaminated, air is polluted, land is polluted, water bodies are like Urusukula River, estuary, Bay of Bengal, contaminated by effluent, leaked chemicals. Plants are affected, fishes and other aquatic animals of the river, estuary, Bay of Bengal are contaminated and affected. This is what I wanted to tell you, that this can happen. Present status, 40 years back, 40 years we worked. From 2015 onwards, they changed the technology. So no mercury pollution. One good thing they have said, they called me once, they said, sir, suggest the best method. I said, this pond where you are putting your effluent, storing, 10 feet deep, remove everything. Solid waste dump site, 10 feet deep, remove all the soil, go for fresh soil and plantation. They have done it. Now, Ganjam area is totally mercury pollution free. This is one comparison I will tell you. Why I brought this slide. This one is a comparison of data from 1986 to 2016, completely our workplace. Here, this table will tell you how plants disappeared, how plants appeared, and how plants reappeared with first disappearance by pollution, right? Reappearance when the pollution is checked, fresh appearance in pollutional environment, fittest plants, they started coming. You can see, just I will not tell you anything, you just see this slide. This is mercury level in the plant body, right? You can check. Here the entire page is full. Here you can see the last line, 1996. In 2016, these plants were not available. Last line, not available, not traceable. You can see, with time, not available, not traceable increases. Here, in most of the younger plants, no mercury. Only in older plants, you will find mercury. Right? Find out the methods employing yearly toxicology. This is your biological control, environmental control. How can you check pollution or control pollution? Just I will go with high speed. There are biotechnology methods where you manipulate DNA, manipulate phenotype, manage polluted environment for a cleaner environment. This is available. This is super backstory. In 1986-87 in USA, I was working on this. We developed mercury resistant genes because those people are working. I was a part of it. So E. coli we have used, right? We have identified 2 genes. These are responsible for mercury resistance. This can be induced. We have isolated, characterized, done everything. But when we wanted to test in USA, in natural water bodies or natural area, USA government said no. You cannot test genetically modified organisms in natural conditions because you do not know how these genetically modified organisms will behave in natural environment where they are subjected to climatic change. We have got a seasonal variation. What we are doing, we are experimenting inside the laboratory under 100% controlled conditions, right? They give you good results. Once you bring them to natural environment, high temperature, low temperature, altitude, latitude, so many factors are here. So they didn't allow this one. Now let me tell you, for all types of heavy metals and pesticides, we have got genetically modified resistant organisms. No country allowed. I was planning to bring something to India because in India, when people die, nobody bothers. Because in foreign countries, if 1 or 2% die, they will after you. I will tell you, in our laboratory, what people are doing, we are washing our acids, then putting in the drain, right? With the same habit, I did this in my laboratory in USA, University of California. All the washings I put in one drain. Within 15 minutes, a team came straight to the basin. Who was working here? I said, me. I said, me? They took out the report. Sir, this is your effluent report, waste report. You are not allowed to discharge these chemicals here. Because you have said, politely I have said, I came from India, only 7 weeks old, 7 days old. I didn't know. Then they said, okay, second time you should not repeat. Are you doing it in your department? Chemistry people dump chemicals, and students are in the habit of dumping chemicals. They monitor. We don't have a monitoring system. Why you talk of monitor? We don't have a drainage system. So forget about that. Sorry. Okay. So this drama we started, closed in '87, and now I have substituted bacteria, trying with natural. I told you some photographs where I've shown you. In somewhere I've shown you algae, somewhere I've shown you plants. The idea is, in these polluted environments also some plants can grow. Question is why they grow? Because they tolerate, they adjust, they adapt, they acclimatize. Because of this, they can grow. Why not use them for detoxification? Question means chemical treatment we don't like, protect and prevent forest plants, these things are there. What is required? Efforts not only by government, forest department, all these people should join hands. In a meeting, when I say students are more important than anybody else. People started giving slogans. University students, they said, plant a tree, nobody planted. College students, we told them, they never planted. But people were successful when they have gone to a school. Small kids, they told them, explained them. All the children went to their home, asked their parents to get a plant and plant it. This is a nice mode. These type of things we should develop. Okay, the rest of the things I will go in greater details tomorrow in the first lecture. This I wanted to say just to indicate biodiversity law. So thanks to Dr. Nivedita Nath, Vice Chancellor of this university, Rector Pitambar Hui in absentia, and Dr. Ghanshyam Behra, Head Botany, Dr. Subrat, Head Zoology, and I wish to thank all the staff members of Botany Department and Zoology Department, and most important, my dear students and scholars. I thank you all for giving a patient hearing, forgetting about their stomach and hungry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inspiring, descriptive, and elaborative speech. In Kalahandi, in the district of Kalahandi also, sir, we have sandalwood plantation. In the district of Kalahandi also, sir, the sandalwood plants were smelling like the aroma was maximum during 1960s, 70s. But now, when we used to plant this sandalwood, there is no aroma. We have seen when we take plants from Mangul district, those plants are also vanishing. Similar the case in the Sukinda mines as well as in the CCL, MCL area, Mahanadi coalfields area. People are not growing rice. The area is being damped with different types of ash. The ash ponds are polluting greatly, and the same thing is happening in those areas also. And there is a great loss of biodiversity in our Odisha. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your speech. Once again, I thank you. Now, I will invite Professor Subhashini Patnaik, Madam. Sorry. So now I request Dr. Subrat Panigrahi and Dr. Ghanshyam Behra to present a token of appreciation to Professor Ashok Panigrahi, sir. Now I will request Professor Subhasini Patnaik and Professor of Zoology, Barampur University, a distinguished researcher who has specialized in mosquito cytogenetics, sericulture, and environmental toxicology. The madam has earlier hinted about cell signaling, and our students are anxious of listening to Madam Patnaik. Thank you.
So the topic is cell signaling and certain disorders associated with G protein coupled receptor. Don't fear about this particular topic. It is all, about cell, whether it is a plant or animal cell. You know, John Donne, he said that sometimes cell speaks. He also said that no man is an island. So these two terminology, it said that in case of your cellular system, cell speaks. Then what is their language? There must be certain language within them. Okay? As we talk each other, you could hear, and we'll give some signal to a particular person if I'll sell. So what you will do? You will go out, isn't it? So exactly same in the case of cellular system. So this particular cell signaling system, why I am choosing this is a burning topic in the biology. Burning topic, and it is related to how to increase lifespan using cell signaling or signal transduction mechanism. That's why I chosen this particular chapter, which is a very, very burning. Those who are working in the gerontology and for the aging, they are using the cell signaling system. Actually, I am focusing this particular chapter to the students, friends. The teachers already, they know the different thing, but I want to inculcate certain research motivation inside the heart of the all students. They must know what are the important aspects of the cell biology. I'm a cell biologist, not fully, but a little bit. I'm trying during my 30 years of teaching, I felt that every student should know what is a cell, what are its plasma membrane, the basic things, the receptor systems, or the different types of enzymes, and what are the different organelles, and each organelle perform different types of activities. So how it is possible? Whether it is a Golgi or a mitochondria or the nucleus or the lysosomes or the microbodies, how it is possible? Yes, they work by getting certain signal because our doctor Panigrahi, he gave me a signal to come here. I came. Otherwise, I will not. That is a signal. Just like every cell perform its own function by getting a signal. It might be extracellular or it might be intracellular. So it is very, very important. Then again, once it's getting a signal, then it will enter into the cytoplasm across the membrane system. You know about the membrane system. All of you know about the fluid mosaic fashion of the membrane systems. And you all of you know might be receptor system. The signal passing along the receptor into the intracellular, and the signal will received by the different protein molecule, then it will hit to the intracellular effector molecule, then the response will come. And after response, it might be producing different types of second messenger systems or the different types of your chemical substances that perform a particular metabolic activity. So this is the way I can say those are said to be a mechanism. It is said to be the this is said to be transduction mechanism. Transduction, signal transduction mechanism. Okay, so this signal transduction mechanism, the meaning is what? When the signal is passing across the membrane, it will enter into, and finally suppose it will producing your activating effector cells, then it will produce your second messenger system. The signal is might be a hormone, and finally you are getting your second messenger system, which are very, very important for the different activities. So therefore, the signal is transduced in one form to the other when they passing through the membrane system to the interior of the cell. Okay, so this is what I will tell you. And again, why I am choosing this chapter, because recently it has been found that certain molecules, it is a proposed work, I can say, that they increase their lifespan. It is already observed in the rhesus monkey, and also a group of medical people, they are doing research, and there is a number of debates are there, but still they have find out a particular the molecules, protein molecules that expand your lifespan, but the researches is still going on. I cannot conclude it, but these are all the different types of your assumptions by the different group of scientists. Okay? So once the signal will come, what will happen to the cell? So there are different types of your signaling effect. One is you can say the organizations of the cytoskeletons, or you can say the initiation of the transcription factor or the translation factor, or you can say the vesicular docking. So many different types of activities are being done by getting the signal. It is not, it is here, it is giving only the 4 different types. So these are said to be the activation of the enzyme activity, change in cytoskeletal organization, and also the permeability. The cell membrane, is not always allow the different ions into it or the metabolite. At the time of need, if the cell allow a particular ion, means they need for a particular types of activity. And the next is activation of DNA synthesis and the RNA synthesis. So these are the different features. So these are the different types of your signaling features which are common in all types of cell signaling systems. These are first recognition of the stimulus by a particular receptor. At the time of need, the receptor are being produced or prepared at the cell surface. Not always the receptor molecules are there. By the demand of a particular cell for a particular activity, the receptor are being expressed by the cell membrane. Then its own ligand or a particular any extracellular substances will come in and dock to it. Then next is the transfer of signal across the membrane, and after it coming into the cell, it perform all the different types of function. The last one is that cessation, how it will stop. It will, if it will start, then it must be stopped. So what are the processes for the stop? And I will explain all these things in due course of time. So for every types of activity, whether it is a lysosomes or you can say mitochondria or the cell or any cell organelles, it all start a particular function by getting a signal. It perform all these things in the intracellular component by the help of it. And the next is cessation. It has to remain stopped because the body need a cell need a particular amount of particular things. There is a time period. Sometimes if the erroneous things have been happened in the either in the receptor systems or at the extracellular ligand, then entire signaling transduction mechanism will come to a very, very erroneous things. And ultimately a wrong protein are being produced and they are accumulated, and that create different types of very, very rare diseases, which we can say to be achina badhi. ଆମେ କହୁନା ଦୁଃସାଧ୍ୟ ରୋଗ ତା ପାଇଁ ମେଡିସିନ ନାହିଁ. ଫର ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ପଲ ୟୋର ସ୍କିନ୍ ଡିଜିଜ୍ ସୋରାଇସିସ୍, ତା ପାଇଁ ଔଷଧ କିଛି ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ହୋମିଓପାଥିକ ଜିନିଷ ଖାଇଲେ ଭଲ ହୁଏ. So therefore this transduction or the signaling pathway, which is said to be signal transduction pathway, is very, very important to know. So who will send the signal? And the signal molecules, either it is a transmitter or the different types of protein, or you can say ion or neurotransmitter enzymes. There are several different types of ligands are there. And those molecules that send the signal across the membrane are said to be ligand. So there are different types of ligand. You can say testants and the odorants. There are or photon molecules in case of plant, you know. These photon molecules act as a different one type of signals. So this signaling mechanism is very, very important to know for a researcher. If you know the ligand, different types of ligands and the membrane receptor, and they come into across the membrane, the molecule will not come into, except steroid. Except steroid, no molecules will come into the plasma membrane. So therefore, so these molecules send this signal. So what is that language? The language is that there is a conformational change occur in the receptor at the cytoplasmic site. Could you be able to follow? There are two sites of the receptor. One is extracellular, other is your intracellular. When the signal is activated to a receptor, then it comes through the bilayer lipid, then it comes to the cytoplasm. And the cytoplasm, you know, the end of the receptors is a one type of, you will find the change, which is said to be the morphological change to fit into a particular type of your protein molecules. And those protein molecules, either it is maybe G protein or the different types of your IRS protein. And these protein, when activated, then those protein will activate the effector cell. So here you see that, so this is your ligand. This is your ligand. It interacts with a 7 membrane spanning protein. So this is your a type of your hormone, neurotransmitter. This is your particular receptors. So the ligand come into the 3 pouches are there. The ligand will fit here, and then it sends its signal through it, and finally it is observed in the cytoplasmic site. So what is the change? The change is nothing but only the conformational changes occur to fit into a protein. For example, it is a G protein. How the G protein will dock? So there must be certain conformational change occur in the intracellular part. So the intracellular part changes and the G protein will fit to it. And then the G protein become activated. It will always remain in the inactive state. So G protein, I will tell you, there are several types of G proteins are there. So these G protein remain in the 2 states. One is your active state, other is your inactive state. So when a GDP molecules are being attached to the protein, it is said to be the inactive state. And when the signal will come to the G protein, then it becomes activated. And once it is activated, then the G protein, which is carrying the alpha, beta, and gamma, this alpha subunit will detach. So the alpha subunit detach and carrying the GTP, and the GDP will go out. So now the alpha protein become activated, then it hit to the effector molecule. So this effector molecule is, for example, it might be phospholipase C or the adenylyl cyclase. For example, if it is adenylyl cyclase, then the effector molecule that become activated, and once activated, then the response will come. Could you able to follow? how the external signal coming in contact with the receptor molecule, then it will pass across the membrane, and finally it will hit to a G protein, and the G protein will send the signal to the effector molecule, which is a protein. Okay, so this protein is said to adenylyl cyclase, and the adenylyl cyclase become activated, and then the response will come. So student, could you able to understand? On na nahi? ବୁଝି ପାରୁଛ କିଛି? ବୁଝି ପାରୁଛ? Okay. So now the adenylyl cyclase become activated, and the response, on the response, what will happen? It will produce your second messenger system. For example, I am telling you. Okay, so it will form the second messenger system. So you know what is the second messenger system? For example, it is cyclic AMP. How the cyclic AMP is formed? The ATP molecule will break down. ATP molecule will break down with the help of this adenylyl cyclase into second messenger system. So you see, so this is your effector molecule, and this effector molecule converts the ATP into cyclic AMP. How the cyclic AMP is working in the different angle. These are the different types of ligands. Already I have told you, there are so many different types of ligands. So these are the few examples are there. These are said to be epinephrine, or the serotonin, or light, or IgE antigen complex. These are different peptides and acetylcholine. These are the few examples. There are so many different types of ligands. Ligand is a word very, very important, one must understand. Not all types of your things will stimulate a particular receptor. If anything that stimulated and enter into the intracellular response, then those are said to be the ligand. So I will give the example of this adrenergic receptor, which is said to be either epinephrine or the glucagon. Epinephrine or the glucagon are the both same type of receptors they use. So here is the example. So how the, now the signaling pathway, signal transduction pathways, which is very, very important for the druggist and the chemist. Those who are preparing the medicines, this is a particular pathway. The pathway, it all starts from the stimuli, which is a ligand, and it enter into the cytoplasmic site. Then it will hit to a particular carrier protein, which is a G protein. Then the G protein will send the signal to effector molecules. And the effector molecules here is an enzyme. And when the enzyme is become activated, then the response will come, which is on response, it produces a second messenger system, for example, cyclic AMP. And different types of enzymes, they are very much dependent of the cyclic AMP, second messenger system. So what is the first messenger? The first messenger are the different types of ligand. The second messengers are being produced on demand of a cell, not always. On demand of a cell, the receptor are being made and the ligands are available. Then only those ligands hit to a particular type of your receptor, it sends the signal and it passes to the effector molecules. Effector molecules are usually the enzymes. Enzymes are remain in an inactive state that have to be activated. Okay, so those activations by the effector molecule, then the response will come. So there are different types of response. I will give you one example. By citing it, you will be able to know what is the signaling pathway. Suppose there is a mutation at any point, whether it is a ligand or it is the receptor systems or in the G protein or in the effector molecules, any point, if there is a mutation occur, then what would have been happened to the cellular systems? It is totally the signal is wrong. If I am giving a wrong message, the entire population will be, turbid. So exactly it happens in the cellular system. So this signaling pathway is very, very important for you students to know if you want to carry research. This is an advance in the biology and a hot and burning things. First, you must understand what is a cell, the receptor systems, and how the receptor system receiving the signal from the ligand, and what it will happen inside the cell, and how it will activate the effector molecules, and finally, in response, what it is producing. I hope all the students must have know about the second messenger systems. Most of the enzymes, protein kinase A mostly, which is dependent on cyclic AMP. And the cyclic AMP, for example, this is an example of, I will give you, that it is the mobilization of the glycogen into glucose. This is the mobilization of the glycogen into glucose. You see? Sorry. So here it is the glycogen. So this pathway I will explain you how the glycogen converted into glucose 1-phosphate, then glucose 6-phosphate, then it converted into glucose, then it entered into the bloodstream, then into the tissue systems. So the first step of your conversion of the glycogen into glucose, it needs certain enzymes. And the enzyme is said to be phosphorylase. The enzyme is said to be phosphorylase. And these phosphorylase remain in an inactive state. So how to activate it? So this is what the entire things, the signal transduction mechanism. Here is the glycogen, and here it is the glucagon. Okay? So what is the relation between glycogen and the glucagon? The glucagon is the ligand. It's sending the signal to the cell to activate the phosphorylase. So this is the phosphorylase. So how to activate it? Through the signal transduction mechanism. I hope this particular chapter in the curriculum of the part 2 students. So therefore you must understand, and this particular chapter is very, very complex. And therefore it is in all books, it is the last chapter of the all cell biology book. Because it's carrying all the different types of activities of cell. If you don't understand this, that means you cannot understand the different types of your papers and publish the advanced topic, you cannot understand. So here you see, here is the glucagon. This is the hormone. So this hormone, in the previous slide I told you that they are the ligand, they interact with its own receptor, so that the receptor molecules become activating, send signal, and finally to the effector molecule, and those effector molecules here adenylyl cyclase. Here is the effector molecules is the adenylyl cyclase. I am omitting the first two slides. So here it is the adenylyl cyclase, which is the this is effector which is membrane bound are become activated. So here it is here found the proliferations. A single molecule of glucagon, it activated a huge amount of your adenylyl cyclase. So this active form of the adenylyl cyclase then converted the ATP into cyclic AMP. In the previous slide, you see, here it is the adenylyl cyclase receptor, and here ATP is converted into what? Cyclic AMP in presence of an enzyme which is in an active form. So therefore the conversion of the ATP into cyclic AMP occurs. So this cyclic AMP, then this is your cyclic AMP, and this cyclic AMP is very much needed by the protein kinase A, one type of membrane enzyme. This protein kinase A, in presence of cyclic AMP, converted into an active form of the protein kinase. And this active form of the protein kinase again converted into phosphorylase kinase, a phosphorylase inactive form to the active form of the phosphorylase. Could you able to follow? So this phosphorylase, then, so this phosphorylase is very much important for its activation, inactive to the active form. So now due to the signaling pathway, this inactive form of the phosphorylase converted into active form of the phosphorylase. So the glycogen then converted into, in the first step, to glucose 1 phosphate. Okay. So then glucose 1 phosphate converted into glucose 6 phosphate, then the glucose, then it will enter into the bloodstream. So therefore, this is the signaling pathway. Just find out, we need one enzyme phosphorylase. For that, it all begins from the ligand. Okay, just imagine the previous, slide. So this glucagon is a ligand, and finally, its work is to activate the phosphorylase, which is the first step in the mobilization of the glycogen into glucose 1 phosphate. If the phosphorylase is not activated, then the glucose 1 phosphate will not form, and the further conversion into glucose is not possible. So the entire thing is said to be the signal transduction mechanism. So these different steps, starting from the stimulus, which is a ligand, then it will come to the active form of the phosphorylase, and from the phosphorylase, the glycogen converted into glucose, then into bloodstream. So this is a small metabolic activity, very simple metabolic activity. You need every enzyme to be activated. So therefore, this entire story, it needs what? It needs the initial signal, then the second messenger system, then the enzyme become activated, and finally the phosphorylase activated, and the glycogen come into the first step of the glucose 1 phosphate, and then glucose 6 phosphate and the glucose. Suppose this is a signal transduction mechanism, when it is exists already by the effort of the different types of scientists. So now it opens the eyes of the druggists, chemists, and the doctors. And most of the, 30% of the medical prescription nowadays, it is all ligand. The medicine are giving as a ligand. And those, if the ligand is corrected, suppose here the ligand is not correct, it sends the signal very wrong, no? So therefore the medicines are here. 30% of the doctors, they are prescribed the true form of the ligand as a medicine. Would you able to follow? So after the establishment of the signal transduction mechanism, which is very, very important for a particular metabolic activity of the what? Conversion of the glycogen into glucose. Okay? So there are so many steps are there, and the entire steps are said to be a pathway. And what pathway? Signal transduction pathway. If anything, if any enzyme, any protein you see in the pathway, there is some mutation occur, the entire signaling pathway will stop. There is no conversion of the glycogen into glucose. Then what will happen to us? Glycogens are being used at the time of need. So if it is not producing, the body is not producing the glycogen, glucose, then the death will occur, isn't it? So therefore, it is opening the druggists, mostly the druggists and the researchers. They found that what type of medicines are there, and they convert a particular pathway. For example, in the case of adenyl cyclase, in some case patient, adenyl cyclase will not activated because that is mutated form. In that way, the medicine will go and dock at those positions, and the adenyl cyclase can be converted into wrong form into the right form. In this way, the signal pathway can be corrected by knowing the signal transduction mechanism. Could you able to follow? So how important it is? And this signaling pathway, actually, after establishing this, there are many types of your questions are being cleared by the scientists or the druggist. So here you see that suppose if the signal is, suppose in the normal case, the signal is going on and the production of the different enzymes are being produced. Suppose it is continue for a long period, what will happen to the body? The body needs a certain amount of your particular amount of your enzymes. In that case, what will happen? It is liabilities to the body if it is more cell cycle, more production of the different types of your enzymes, that is liabilities to the body. So therefore, there is a stop. Signals are also there. Here it is the example that, here it is the example of, I am giving some GTPase action. When the alpha subunit, it is here, it is GTPase. GTPase means GTP alpha actually hit to the adenyl cycle. Adenyl cycle, this is your enzyme. And after certain times, ATPase action means what? ATP is breakdown into ADP and the inorganic phosphate, isn't it? If the signal is telling it is continuous remain ATP is continuously remain intact with the alpha subunit, the signal is giving what? To produce more and more cells. To produce more and more cells. For example, in the cholera patient, cholera patient, the body dehydration occur because this alpha subunit is attached to the ATP molecule, giving a signal to the adenyl cyclase to produce more and more second messenger system, so that the patient, the diarrhea patient will churn more and more amount of water and it will eliminate out, because the signal is wrong. It needs what? ATPase reaction. ATPase means it must break down into ADP and inorganic phosphate. But here, if there is a wrong in this particular point, so that it remain attached to the ATP and continuously giving signal to produce more and more. It is all happening in the cell division also. In the case of cell division, if it is giving a signal that you continuously divide, then it will finally form a tumor, isn't it? So therefore, cell signal, the signaling pathway, if it is wrong at any point, giving a wrong signal. But presently, druggists and chemists, by going into this particular signal pathway, they alter the signal transduction pathway by giving medicine to the human. So this signaling pathway is for the mankind. So this is a very, very important. So then come to the, what are the different types of your cell signaling system? So the cell signal is broadly two categories. So one is said to be the, one is through the G protein coupled. G proteins are being very much used intracellularly, it receives the signal, and other is your receptor tyrosine kinase. So there are two broadly divided types of cell signaling transduction mechanism. One through the G protein. G protein will receive the signal, is another way it is said to be, another type it is said to be the RTK, receptor tyrosine kinase. Understand? There are two types. One is your G protein coupled. I will concentrate to the G protein coupled. Other half is said to be the receptor tyrosine kinase, which is also membrane bound. So it is very important to know the second messenger systems. So one example I will say you, what? Cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP are being secreted at one place and it is going to another places in between the cells being utilized at the distal. See, indeed, that way they are talking to each other at the distal cell, at the neighboring cell, and or by the cell itself. Therefore, it is said to be autocrine, paracrine, and endocrine. Endocrine system is through the blood vascular systems. So here you see that the second messenger system are not the cyclic AMP only. There are other types of your second messenger system. One is said to be diacyl glycerol or the inositol triphosphate. पिलाने पढ़ी थो तो तमे MSc student. Diacyl glycerol and membrane, ଯେତେବେଳେ ପଢିଥିବ cell membrane ସାର୍ ମାନେ ପଢେଇଥିବେ diacyl glycerol and inositol triphosphate, which is very important component, and these two are also the second messenger systems. So these second messenger system are being produced. This diacyl glycerol is being produced by the enzyme PLC, phospholipase C. So there it is adenyl kinase, here it is phospholipase C. This phospholipase C is when activated by the G protein, then the phospholipase C is divided into two parts. So one part is said to be the what? Diacyl glycerol, which is a second messenger system. And this second messenger system is very important for, you see, these are the different types of responses are found with the help of your second messenger system, which is said to be the diacyl glycerol. ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ biochemistry ତ ପଢୁଥିବ ପିଲାମାନେ? These are all simple things. So diacyl glycerol is another type of your second messenger system. Mind it, very important, the second messenger system. Unless until you know the second messenger system, how it is producing and what are its work, you cannot be a good researcher. Although it is bit difficult, but it is not that difficult to understand. You human being, if you want, you can also. So here it is the diacyl glycerol, which is membrane bound. It is said to be the protein kinase C. So these protein kinase C enzymes is the effector molecule, just like adenyl cyclase. In presence of the PKC, all these different types of works are being done. What are those? Serotonin release, histamine release, and the secretion of epinephrine, secretion of insulin, and all these different types of your dopamine release. All these important types of activities can be done with the help of your second messenger system, which are produced from the one type of phospholipid. It is said to be the DAG, diacyl glycerol. And its function is to what? Its function is to activate one enzyme. Okay, so once the enzyme is become activated, this lipid molecule, these are the lipid molecule, and these lipid molecule converted into the two-part diacyl glycerol and the inositol triphosphate. So the function of these, PKC. So these are the PKC related response. How important is the dopamine secretion? In the absence of your PKC, so the dopamine will not secrete because it is a second messenger system. Okay, and these second messenger enzymes are being activated by the second messenger system. It is said to be the diacyl glycerol. Then how important in the body metabolism different, although it secretes a very less amount, but it works wonder. So therefore, one must understand that what are the different types of your second messenger, what are its response, and its response only in presence of a particular second messenger system. Because the enzymes remain in the silent state, inactive state. Enzymes, whether it is a membrane bound or freely found in the cytoplasm, it needs activation. So how it activated? It activated with the help of the second messenger system. So now we understand that there are so many different types of second messenger, and I have explained to you regarding the one is your what? What cyclic AMP. The second one is your diacyl glycerol, and the third one is your inositol triphosphate. So these are the three things I have explained you, and you see how important works are being done by the diacyl glycerol. In absence of the diacyl glycerol, these works will remain. So IP3 is very common inositol triphosphate. What? You know that calcium ion, which is very important. It remains in the sarcoplasmic reticular lumen at the time of vesicular trafficking. ଯେତେବେଳେ vesicle trafficking କେମିତି ହୁଏ? When it go dock to the membrane system, then the calcium will release. Because the sarcoplasmic reticulum consisting of here you see that this is your wall membrane, and when by getting certain voltage, this some amount of the calcium will release into the intracellular, and in the sarcoplasmic reticulum you will find these are the receptor round marks are the IP3 receptor. IP3 receptors are plentifully available in the membrane wall of the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So when the calcium come and contact here, then it opens the gate. There are gates are there, calcium gate. So a huge amount of calcium are being released into the cytoplasm. Because unless until there is a particular level of calcium ion, the vesicular docking will not form. Because after protein synthesis, the molecules are being docked to the different organelles. How it is possible? It is only, or the protein secretions, all the vesicular secretions are done by the calcium ion. So these calcium ion, in this way, which is said to be the intracellular signal. So here you see that why you studied this G protein coupled. If the G protein coupled receptor is mutated, it is associated with the several types of metabolic activity. It will stop, or it will produce very erroneous things, or the wrong protein, and the accumulation of the wrong protein giving the wrong signal, and finally the very, very rare diseases. So here you see the mutation occur, how many? 8 number of, this is the G protein coupled receptor. This is a receptor molecule. These receptor molecules coupled to the G protein, it will act to the G protein, what I have just explained now. So this G protein uses 7 membrane spanning transmembrane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they move like this. They are found in the hydrophobic areas, and these this is your amino terminal, this is the carboxy terminal, and you see the mutation occur, the first one here, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So if there are 7 to 8 number of mutation occur, a single nucleotide shift, if it is occur, then that gives a very, very dreadful diseases. So the first one you see, so here it is melanocyte stimulating hormone receptor. It activating, or the second one. And the third one is adrenocortic trophic hormone receptor. Suppose these receptors are how important, or the TSH receptor, or LH receptor, or the rhodopsin. These are all the different types of receptor. If there is a single mutation occur, then that receptor will not work, and the signal will not pass, and finally so many different types of diseases. So these are, you see, there are 2 types of diseases. One, if there is a faulty lies in the G protein. G protein consists of 3 subunits, the alpha subunit, the beta, and the gamma. So if in any places, if there is a single mutation occur, that causes different diseases. So there are 2 parts of the these diseases. One is related defective in the G protein. So there are only few are mentioning here, and here are the defective which is found in the G protein coupled receptor, just before I had shown you. This G protein coupled receptor, if the mutation occur a single amino acid changes, then entire things will be wrong, and that precipitate finally into a disease. So therefore this signaling pathway giving knowledge to us where to correct. If the mutation occur at any point, how can we correct? It can be corrected by prescribing different types of medicine, and it will alter the path. It is alter the entire path. So the medicine work in this way. So here it is nitric oxide. It is another type of your ligand, and this nitric oxide is helpful for the conversion of the GTP into cyclic GMP, and here the arginine is converted by an enzyme which is said to be nitric acid synthase, and this nitric acid synthase sometimes is not working in the body. In that case, what will happen? The arginine will not convert it into nitric oxide. Our suppose sometimes angina pain, it is all because of it is in a contracting state. It will not relax. It needs nitric oxide. So these ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଡାକ୍ତର ମାନେ କହନ୍ତି ନା ହଠାତ୍ ହାର୍ଟ ଆଟାକ୍ ହେଲେ ଅଦା ଖାଇବ, ଅଦାରେ ବହୁତ ଥାଏ ନାଇଟ୍ରିକ୍ ଅକ୍ସାଇଡ୍। Okay, so inside our body, there is secretion of the nitric oxide from the this arginine. Arginine amino acids break down into what? Nitric oxide. And this nitric oxide will pass to the neighboring cell. This is your blood vessel, endothelial cells, and this will pass to the heart muscle, smooth muscle. So in presence of nitric oxide, GTP action occurs, GTP to GMP, so that the relaxation of the muscle occur. And the medicines are all prescribed. This is your medicine. There are certain types of medicines we are taking, and those medicine when you took, no, the body relax because of the release of the nitric acid from the compound. So therefore, this is intracellular mechanisms. So this is another type of your signaling mechanism. It is said to be the receptor tyrosine kinase. One is your G protein coupled receptor. I am telling you the two major types of your signaling transfer. One is through the G protein, other is your through your receptor tyrosine kinase. This is your receptor tyrosine kinase, which is a 4 types of your unit, 2 alpha, 2 beta. So they also send the different types of signals like this. Because of the time paucity, I am unable to explain it in detail. So this is your one pathway. So these are the monomeric form of the RTK, receptor tyrosine kinase. On getting the signal, it becomes dimerization occurs. Once dimerization occurs, they send the signal by recruiting the different types of your protein, SOS and GRB. So these are the different proteins, and finally it will activate the membrane protein, which is said to the RAS protein, which is said to be the आमे जो को म्यूटेशन जदि रास रे हला तबे ता ट्यूमर हबो. Okay, if there is a wrong in the GTPase action here, then the cell division will continue. The signal will say to produce more and more cell. If the defective occur in the RAS, okay. So these RAS protein activation through the different types of your growth factor, platelet derived growth factor of the there are so many different types of factors are there. So here, this is the example of the cell signaling system here. Either it is divergent, or it is convergent, or it is a crosstalk. Its activities are of 3 types. The divergent means a single particular ligand, when stimulated, it will send the signal to work in the diverse manner. A single ligand, they produce the different types of your pathway. And the convergent type, different types of your ligands, but they come to hit a particular point, which is said to be the example of the RAS protein. So here you will see that the RAS protein is activated by the 2 types of your, one is your this this is also insulin receptor, and here it is the epidermal growth factor or platelet derived growth factor. These are the 2 different types of ligand, but their final thing is that to hit the RAS protein. So this is the RAS protein then converted to MAP kinase cascade, and finally it will hit to the transcription of the translation level. Okay, so therefore this is the example of the what? Convergent type of your signaling system, and here it is the divergent type of receptors. The same epidermal growth factor, one is forming the PIP2 or the inositals, and here it is the activation of the RAS protein, and here it is activate the SRC cancer protein and activate the phospholipase CV. So these are the 2 examples of the divergent and the convergent type of your cell signaling system. It is the same. So here it is the both 2 types. One is your protein, beside these 2, another proteins, integrin is a very important proteins that also get signal from the micro environment outside. That send the signal also. In that way also, they activate the GRB protein, and then GRB activated SRC protein, and all these protein, the signals are different, and they come into a same things, that is the RAS, and finally it will go to the MAP kinase cascade and hit to the particular or activate the certain transcription factor which remain in the inactive state and make it into active state. The final is that the activation of the particular proteins. So here it is a crosstalk. Crosstalk means the two pathway, they hit each other. So how? Here you see that here the two protein, one is the RAS is activated and here is other protein and both of them are the two major you can say and they suppose this protein kinase A when activated it will give a negative effect to the RAF protein and this signal is coming from this and this is from the G protein it is coming and here it is the signals as the epidermal growth factor and if the particular enzyme is helpful for one and it is a negative effect of the other pathway. Therefore, the two pathway they cross to each other. So the final things, I am interested to induce you certain things. Some of the student, if you are interested, you can do the research in this line. The signaling pathways, sometimes it is a burning topic that it enhances the lifespan. A group of scientists in the Wisconsin National Research Center, they have research in the insulin growth factor in the rhesus monkey. In the rhesus monkey, which are live longer when maintaining calorie restriction diet. If a group of rhesus monkey, they are giving a very calorie restricted, it is found that those type of monkey having very less diseases and their lifespan it is supposed to be enhanced. It is an supposition and they have the lower blood pressure, level of glucose is less, insulin is less, and the triglyceride is less, and they are less prone to age-related diseases such as diabetics and coronary heart diseases. And it is all related to the signaling pathways, transduction pathways. And here it is the signaling pathway. So this is signaling pathway and human longevity. The signal pathway involving insulin and related proteins. Insulin and related protein which are said to IGF-1. IGF-1 is being isolated and it is found that it actions in the signaling pathway. Just like, different ligand, the insulin and IGF is also act as certain ligand and those things it is said to be the increase the lifespan and here it is the work of the different medical community. The signaling pathway involving insulin and related protein both share the downstream, so many downstream I have told you. During signaling pathway they come to the different types of your protein. In the downstream one type of your this mTOR which is a effector molecule, mammalian target rapamycin. So these studies have been done. This is a very, very important molecules are being isolated. And these particular molecules are said to save the animal life, increase the lifespan, both in the human and also in the case of rhesus monkeys. It is already established, but still it is debatable. Still it is debatable, not found in the medicine, and the still research is going on. So these are two ligands, insulin and the mTOR. So this is a mammalian target of rapamycin. So this is mTOR is an inhibitor by the rapamycin. Rapamycin is an antibiotic. Rapamycin is the highest antibiotic, is a broad spectrum antibiotic for the cancer treatment. And also it is treatment for this psoriasis. It's a very important medicine. And when it is established, it is found that it inhibits your mTOR. mTOR is the culprit, that induces age-related diseases. If you shut down, if you cut this particular pathway, then the individual may not suffer the old age symptoms. Would you able to follow? This is all through the mTOR, which is said to be mammalian, or in some cases it is written as mechanistic, or in some book it is written as mammalian. mammalian target of rapamycin. I'm telling you about the student for your net preparation. In the net question, sometimes 2, 3 questions are coming in the cell signaling system. Mind it. Today, what you have read, you will get in the coming examination definitely 2 questions. This is a hot and burning topic. After studying all this chapter, this is the outcome of it. So, then MTOR become a focus of the field of mammalian aging. It is discovered that rapamycin act as an inhibitor of the MTOR kinase, significantly uh, extend the lifespan of mice and decrease the incidence of age-related disorders. Okay, and this um, contribution is corroborated with the calorie restrictions. Calorie restriction means earlier it is being studied in the different types of rhesus monkey. They said that the calorie restricted monkeys are not much prone to age-related diseases. And already they have studied in the humanitarian ground, in the doctors, they have studied that they have taken certain data from the centurion, those individual crossing 100 years. They found that the mutation occur in this particular gene. The mutation occur in the mammalian target of rapamycin. In this particular, the mutation are being found in the those who have individual crossing the 100 years. So that established that this particular, the study of the MTOR, how to cut down this MTOR signals in due course of downstream, and finally, the individual may not suffer from the different types of old age diseases. In this way, they increase their lifespan. They are found in the rhesus monkey, and some studies by the doctors in the 100 years, those who have crossed 100 years, they have studied that the mutation more occur in this. That means this is not working. We need that this particular, must be stop signal in the MTOR so that the further action will not found. Okay, so days are perhaps not far away for you people to start the research in this line. Please go through the books and the different types of references. I am unable to discuss all these things because this is the largest. I took 7 to 8 classes for these. And one particular, only the G protein coupled, I told you a little bit. There is another vast chapter which is related to the RTK receptor tyrosine kinase. But it is very, very interesting, and try to read at the last chapter of the Gerald Karp, cell biology, cell and molecular biology, Gerald Karp. This is the last chapter. Already the research are being ongoing. There is many, many debates whether this MTOR actually it is working or not. But so up to update, I am telling you so far now, these all are telling the MTOR is the culprit. They have isolated. But still it is going on. Let us see. The day is not far away to establish such type of medicine. The lifespan nowadays 70, it may increase to 30 years. It may. It's not, it may. It is an assumption. Okay? So this finishes your cell signaling with the G protein coupled receptor and its response and its disorders. You understand the pathway, and the pathway can be corrected by whom? By the researcher, by the druggist and the chemist. So therefore, one must understand the signaling pathways and which is for the mankind, and the very Bhagavan karanti lifespan diyanti. Ame satsahas karuchu lifespan ko kemti change kariba, badheva kemti. Yes, that can be done. That can be done by the biological science, and you people understand the things, then you see the different scenario. Swapno dekhibo na, swapno no dekhile research hoba na. Ei jo researcher mane boschandi rati dino boschandi laboratory. Mo student ei boschi ethi Tapan Kumar Barik, se dino rati laboratory ebe boschi. ଆଉ ସାର୍ ଆମର ବସିଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର ଜୀବନ କାଳ 40 ବର୍ଷର ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ ଆଜି କହିଲେ. So I just want to inculcate within you, you have to be self motivated. You must understand what is membrane system. आज बहुत जिनस कहिछि, बहुत जिनस केही बुझी नांती, किछि सार एमाने बुझिसंती, किंतु एटा तमरो टॉपिक अछि 6th year रे, एटा तमरो गोटे टॉपिक अछि. But this topic is so burning nowadays to expand the lifespan. It is really interesting. I hope tamano bhitor kiye gote topic nabo class re padhebo tamra weekly seminar. Okay, thank you. Any question?
Thank you, Professor Patnaik, madam, for your elaborative description, highlighting the cyclic EMP, G protein coupled receptor, DAG, and all related nitric oxide systems. You have elaborately described. One thing I can tell that it is also a syllabus course in the undergraduate courses also. Not only in the PG, but also in undergraduate courses. Now I request Dr. Now I request our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nivedita Nath, to present a token of appreciation to Professor Patnaik.
by line पड़ो जदि ठीक कॉन्सेप्ट नहले हबो नै तबे रिसर्चर हे करियो एटा गोटे प्लेटफॉर्म टू बिकम केमते रिसर्च स्कॉलर हबो केमते पाठ पढ़िबो जानिबो बुझेबो कहिबो एटी डिपार्टमेंट रे तापर हायर स्कूल रे कहिबो बुझिबो रिसर्चर हबो एमती पॉसिबल मैडम हम स्टूडेंट बस आला बहुत स्टूडेंट मानक पय आज मु आसीची बही पाठ पढ़िबो भल अर्थर पाठ पढ़िबो सेल बायोलॉजी गेराल्ड कार्ड माने लोदिस जोटा कि तुम बाहर फॉरेन कंट्री समस्ते जेएनयू समस्त पाठ पढ़ुंट आम भी पढ़ी पिला पाठ पढ़ु पचार जो अच्छा आम दुईटा स्टूडेंट सब माने जानी सस्ता बही पढ़ेब जो भूल भाल हो बेले मुझे लिखे चिठी अल्टर मान को आप भूल कहीं लिखिं पिला माने रिसर्चर बाड़ बाचिज बेले आसती प्रिंसिपाल मैंने मुझे क्लास ने मैडम एमती कौन पढ़ाऊँगी आप भूल पढ़ेले बोले हाँ ठीक अच्छे शुणी जाओ भूल की ठीक कहली बही रे देखाए बहुत भूल थाए बही गुड़ारे आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द टीचर्स टू रीड गुड बुक्स भल एकदम बढ़िया बही पढ़ो सबुड़ा एवेलेबल अच्छी नुआ इन यूनिवर्सिटी एंड एति जदि पाठ न पढ़ो किसी हम ना तापर देखिए एकदम शून्यता ही मिल भल पाठ पढ़ो भल रिसर्च कर थैंक यू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स एंड मैडम वाइस चांसलर मैडम Nivedita Nath madam and the registrars and the great sir who are sitting in the front bench and my special request to my teacher Professor Ashok Kumar Panigrahi and her wife. They are so good and I have got a chance to hear from the Ashok Panigrahi sir and all my student friends. Thank you here although it is murmuring among yourself because I know it is very difficult to understand the things. Today you go and find out the cell signaling system in the library and find out what I am telling you today. Please all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for your inspirational word. And there is a important announcement for the participants. There is a slight change in our keynote address. After the launch, following launch, we'll listen to another speaker, Professor Manoj Singh sir. And here is a presentation, and I am handing over to.
So thanks organizers, all of you.
Now I would like to request our Vice Chancellor ma'am to felicitate guest of honor Dr. Subhasini Patnaik ma'am and the convener to read out the letter of felicitation.
माँ माणिकेश्वरी विश्वविद्यालय माणिक्य विहार भवानीपाटना 766001 जिला कलाहांडी उद्भिद और प्राणी विज्ञान विभाग प्रापक प्रोफेसर सुभाषिनी पट्टनायक प्राणी विज्ञान विभाग ब्रह्मपुर विश्वविद्यालय भंज विहार ब्रह्मपुर। हे शिक्षाविद आपणकर पांडित्यपूर्ण व्यक्तित्व को प्रणाम जनाऊँ। आपण 9 अगस्त 1958 मसीह तुलसी नगर ब्रह्मपुर भूमिपृष्ठ अवतरण करती। आपण शिक्षा आकाश एक उज्जवल नक्षत्र। आपण ज्ञानर असरंती भंडार दिगहीन पथिक को सुपथरे परिचालित करिथाए। आपणकर उन्नत अध्यापना और छात्र वत्सल गुण वास्तव में प्रशंसनीय। 1991 मसीह आपण ब्रह्मपुर विश्वविद्यालय प्राणी विज्ञान विभाग में शिक्षादान करी छात्र छात्री भविष्य गढ़ा सहित एक चिंतन परिचय सृष्टि करि पारिछंती। आपणकर उन्नत मानर गवेषणा प्राणी विज्ञान विभाग में कलेवर वृद्धि करिछि। आपणकर अनेक गुड़ी गवेषणात्मक प्रबंध जातीय और आंतर्जातिक पत्रिका प्रकाशित होई उच्च प्रशंसित होइअछि। आपण निजर प्रज्ञा बल अनेक गुड़ी पुस्तक सर्जना करिछंती। सेही पुस्तक गुड़िक गवेषणा परिधि को व्यापक और सुदूर प्रसारी करिअछि। उत्तम व्यक्तित्व कर्तव्य और दायित्व पई आपण शिक्षा जगत रे सुपरिचित। छात्र छात्री भविष्य गढ़ारे आपण जड़े सुदक्ष बिंधाणी। हे कर्मयोगी आपण सदैव उपस्थिति आम जातीय आलोचना चक्रर शोभावर्धन करिअछि। आपणकर पादधूली आम विभाग को नूतन दिशा देखाइछि। तेणु सम्मान पूर्वक आपण को उक्त संबर्धना पत्र प्रदान करी निजको गौरवान्वित मने करुअछु। आपणकर आगामी भविष्य मंगलमय हो। हे माँ माणिकेश्वरी निकट में आमर कामना। आपणकर गुणमुग्ध उद्भिद और प्राणी विज्ञान विभाग भवानीपाटना माँ माणिकेश्वरी विश्वविद्यालय। धन्यवाद।
आम पाठ पढ़ी कि आम गुरु द्वारा प्रोफेसर सीसी दास प्रोफेसर जीपी वर्मा मोर सार मैंने से माने आम भीतर इग्नाइट कर रीड एंड आम पढ़ कैम्ब्रिज नेचुरल हिस्ट्री सुब्रत को पचार कैम्ब्रिज नेचुरल हिस्ट्री आम सब बही पढ़ुलु। प्रोफेसर सीसी दास कहले जदि पाठ पढ़िन कैम्ब्रिज नेचुरल हिस्ट्री मु रिक्वेस्ट करी मैडम सीरीजटा आप मगेबे कैम्ब्रिज नेचुरल हिस्ट्री फॉर ऑल वर्टिब्रेट्स एंड इनवर्टिब्रेट। आमे से बही पढ़ुलु। आम टीचर माने क्लास नेला बेले शुणुले कौन पाठ पढ़ाऊँ आमको भय लगुला किंतु करेक्शन जहाँ कहते गाड़ी दूसरे आम एक्सेप्ट करूँ किंतु आजिकल पिला पदे कहले रागी जाऊन सब किंतु आमको जे गाड़ी देले आम भावुँ अरे केते सुंदर जिनस कहले मोर भूलटा मु करेक्शन करदेली। तेणुक आपण मैंने केवे सार रागिबेनी से माने सब आपण पथ प्रदर्शक गाड़ी देवाटा ही बहुत सौभाग्यजनक कहीं तुम फोकस करी तेणुक गाड़ी देले मोर जदि भूल अच्छी मुझे लाइफ रे करेक्शन करी मुझे निश्चय भल भाव में गति करी। तेणुक आमर समस्त भूल रे मोर भी भूल थिला। आमको सब प्रोफेसर सीसी दास चंडी दास इज ग्रेट मैन जानी आम सार अशोक पाणिग्राही सार को बहुत भल पाती। मत थे मुझे जापारे स्टाटिस्टिक्स मत पठे जाओ प्रोफेसर से प्रोफेसर नहीं नथिले रीडर थिले मत कहले पाखु जाओ सी तुमको बुझेदेवे सार अति सुंदर भाव में मत कही। तेणुक सार मानकर आशीर्वाद तांकर कथा को आपण माने सुनिले निश्चय भाव में बड़ हे। एमती जो गैदरिंग होची आपण माने सब डाकी आम मानू समस्ते होचन बहुत वैल्यूएबल कहार कौ जिनस सब टिपिकी रखु जदि आगामी दुनिया रे बड़ हवा चेष्टा करी। यही जगह पिलाटी देखुच ये मोर स्टूडेंट तपन कुमार बारिक मो लाबोरेटरी प्रथम से क्रोमोजोम काम करथिला मस्किटो क्रोमोजोम मुझे पीएचडी करी से चुपचाप बालकटे से करथिला सेटा पब्लिश हला से पेपर तापर से तार इंटरेस्ट डेवलप एने बर्तमान से बहुत बड़ा रिसर्चर इन ब्रह्मपुर यूनिवर्सिटी। बर्तमान कमिंग डेज रे फूड वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जड़े प्रेसिडेंट आसते एपी दास सर आसी से कहते तमें सब डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट कैन यू इमेजिन आमे किए हु एने हमको हेल्प करी वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस different types of project asibo Brahmpur University. It is all because of the credit goes to our student and teacher. तेणुक आपण मैंने समस्ते बहुत भल टीचर पाई आउ ये मोर आउ गोटे स्टूडेंट वेरी वेरी बहुत बढ़िया टाइमली काम करिवो इंटरेस्ट नबो जम्मा छाड़ी की जीवनी सब क्लास अटेंड करे आउ जेते गाली दिलो हसी दबो हाउ नाइस सो दीज आर दी क्वालिटीज ऑफ ए टीचर आउ आशा करची स्टूडेंट माने भी सेमती हवा दरकार राति दिन बही पड़िबो मु जेरॉक्स कॉपी गोटे आनीची तमर किए रिप्रेजेंटेटिव अछि 6th ईयर कम एंड रिसीव फ्रॉम मी ताको पढ़ियो से जिंस मु कोन मोर ब्रह्मा मु भी पाठ पढ़ी कि तमानु कहूची जेतेबेले जानिली गोटे भलो जिंस समस्त जानिबा दरकार किए जाने तमान भीतर नोबेल प्राइज विनर हबो नहीं नो निश्चित भाव में हबो जदि ठीक ठीक पाठ पढ़िबो ठीक ठीक रिसर्च करिवो ठीक ठीक जानिबो सब जिंस ठीक भाव में आ पढ़िवा दरकार पाठ पढ़िवा दरकार वेरियस फील्ड पढ़िवा दरकार तेबे जाई कि गोटे रिसर्चर हबो आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द स्टूडेंट फ्रेंड्स मस्ट रीड गुड बुक्स याडू साडू बही पढ़िबनी आमे सब बही पढ़ी देइछु सेल बायोलॉजी रो ग्रंथ पूरा मुखस्त कर देइछु पाठ पढ़ा टाइम रे आम सार माने गाली दियंती ए कोन पाठ पढ़ा मते गाली करथिले कोन ए क्लास नोच अध घंटा थिला तम गाई पळि आसिरा मुगली सार मो पाठ सरीगला कोन बीके पटनाय कहिथिले सी जे टॉप एजिंग ऊपर काम करचंदी कहले ना ना एक्सप्लेन करिवो 1.5 घंटा माने पूरा 1.5 घंटा क्लास नबो 5 मिनिट छाड़ीबोनी आ सेटा मो पाए बहुत बड़ा आशीर्वाद हेइथिला तेणुकरी मु प्रिपरेशन जेति दरकार ताठू अधिका करे जानिबो अधिक पढ़िबो अधिक कहिबो अधिक तापरे करिबो अधिक थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू
Thank you, madam.
There is a lunch arrangement in the ground floor of science block. Everyone kindly move forward, and after that sharply at 3 p.m. we will be here. There is another keynote speaker is there. Yes, and followed by the technical session.